Zach Bucovich, back again.
What's going
What's
on?
up, man? Not here with Elijah this time.
No.
I had him on recently, actually.
How was that?
It was good. Kinda. I guess it was short. We went. I let him stay the night here and took him to the competition. Let him ride with me and
To the one
Right
at
class.
Legacy?
no.
Oh, to the Centralia one?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We because I did the Cape Girardeau show, and that he had going on out there, and then he just rode back with me here and went up to the Centralia one on Saturday, or whenever, and yeah, I let him sleep here.
Yeah.
His funky ass on my couch.
That sounds about right.
And he's a cool kid, man.
Yeah,
He's got he's a
A very interesting individual.
he's got an imagination.
Oh, yeah.
You know, sounds like he's had a long life so far.
Yeah.
A long, rough one. Which I mean, I get it.
He looks like
moved.
Gilbert Grape.
No, my buddy John Maddie looks like Gilbert Grape.
John Maddie does. look like
He has a
Gilbert
whole
Grape.
joke about it.
Does he?
Yeah, and then he has it's one of his like
Elijah, you're off the hook.
yeah, he does the he talks about how he looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, but the version of what's eating Gilbert Grape and whatever. And then he talks about drinking and driving, just don't call cab or anything, get AAA. He said they'll tow it home and let you chill in the back or just sit in the truck with them. Free ride. He said then you ramp it off the back when you get home. And he's like, God damn retarded fucking Leo DiCaprio got me again. And yeah, so he impresses me every time. You were there last night. Did you see his performance or did you leave before that?
No, I saw his.
Yeah.
His was the last one I seen, I think.
Yeah, I went up. I was supposed to go up. I was getting ready to go up after him, and then they called Tommy Dangerfield. So it was
Sometimes they don't even read it in order. So
yeah.
I've seen it before where I knew who the first four people were,
Yeah.
and none of them went up.
Yeah,
First.
I love the 8th spot. I was in number 8. I was like, oh, that's my sweet spot. I don't know why. Every time I did, but I did horrible last night. I mean, I tried a lot of stuff.
Quick.
Huh?
8'll turn to 13 there quick.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah, it did. But I tried a bunch of new stuff, and that's how I've been doing these open mics because I'm at that point to where I have a 5 and 10 minute set that's solid with a no that gets laughs, but I was watching something with Ralphie May on it, and he's like, you want to build a quick set, you want to get to an hour quickly, all your open mics, and he was talking if you could get to multiple open mics a day, and a lot of them a week. One of them should be your very first set. You did it when you wrote a whole 5 minutes when you first went up, your first time you tried comedy. Do that at an open mic every time. And he's like, and that just every day that you do that, you'll get one or two. You'll have one or two that are going to be good, and you can take those one or two, and by the end of however long he said, he's like, you'll have an hour. He's like, easily. You'll have an hour. He's like, that's how they're putting out hour specials every year. And he's talking about Kevin Hart and everybody.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've been. I still don't do that completely. I still throw in. If they're not laughing at any, that's when I start testing the crowd. Like last night, they didn't laugh hardly at anything but my new tow truck driver, and they just snickered at it, which is it's like I tried that one other time and it got good laughs, but that's a good crowd to find though to test your shit on.
Yeah.
It's like the Arena Bar.
Sometimes they're super good though.
Yeah, that place it is. It's just like the Word Up, but the Word Up usually always good. I've always have a good time there.
Yeah, or Wing It Wednesday. I don't make it to Word Up a lot, but
The
Wing It
Wing It-
Wednesday I make it the next.
Where
day.
do they do? I went last week. Lights out.
They do it on Wednesday.
I mean, this week I went at Legacy, right?
yeah.
Yeah, there was no one there.
What
I
time
showed
did you
up
go?
7:30. I showed up.
Oh, I don't know. Someone should have been there at 7:30.
There was only a few cars in the parking lot. It's the second time it's happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, I went there before and it looked a little empty.
No, the lights in the back in the where they perform weren't even on.
Oh, I don't even know. Well, they've been doing the Wing It Wednesday in the other side room, in the
Oh,
other room.
oh, see, I didn't know that. Did not know that. So,
I think that's a better room for comedy, to be honest.
yeah, not so big.
It's like, yeah, it's tighter. And I mean, that room is like, it's just a square room. Well, you got that like large section with the window to the kitchen on that other side.
Yeah,
And it doesn't have all that. And the room is just smaller and with just as many people. It,
just tightens it up.
yeah, all of them laughing.
Yeah,
You can really tell what's going on.
you get good feedback. Yeah, that was what was great about that Centralia competition. You felt,
Oh, yeah.
like you came off the stage like, whoo.
Yeah. Elijah told me, he was like, "Oh, that's like a great spot. That's an amazing spot." 14. I was like, man, to be honest, they were kind of like starting to shuffle on out of there by 14.
Yeah, there was a few that did. Well, that whole table got kicked out shortly after I got off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
finally called him out. I was like the third person. Well, they were talking all through Tim Loss's shit and then talked through Mike Ratcliffe's shit. I was like, I don't deal with it. That's why I called him out right in the front. I just waited. And when they finally paid attention, it was like, shut the fuck up. I got the mic. I will kick you out of here.
Yeah.
I can kick you out.
Well, they got what they deserved.
Yeah. I didn't tell him to kick him out, but shortly after, Tim fucking kicked him out. Well, good for Tim. That's what you got to do. That's part of his job was to
Well, dude, I watched him tell that one kid he couldn't play pool.
yeah.
That kid was trying to play pool during everyone's set. And he said, "I will pay you to leave." It was pretty funny.
He did a great job with that show.
Oh
And,
yeah.
I mean, like, I did that. Were you on his? No, were you on the very first one he put together there?
I've
Yeah, I
never
think it
been
was
there
me,
before.
Kyle Fields, John Maddie, Mike Ratcliffe, somebody else, and it was good. It was a good show, but it was the first comedy show at that place, so the turnout was only like 20 people, 20 maybe 30 in that big of a place. I just found a badass spot. I mean, I've worked there back in the day, but it's called the Sky Music Lounge. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's like Wildwood, Chesterfield area, real rich money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically it's like cover bands come there and play. It's a smaller venue, very small venue. It seats 85, and they've got a main bar in the same room as where the stage is, but they have another little bar in this back room that they have for you that I would run as the bar and shut that one down so people aren't up and down moving around. They don't serve food. You don't have to deal with that. And there's a green room for the comedians to go back into and hang out and everything.
They got a stage and all that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Stage, sound guy. Little fucking marquee board or whatever it is that your name's on it. And but not for it would be a showcase like I would pay. I'm thinking if I do book the place, I could have a chance to make a little bit of money. $10 a head, that's around $850 if I sold it out, minus the 300 for the rental of the place. That's to cover the sound man, the
Right.
bartenders, the bartender and the waitress, because that's all I would need. Because it's not that big of a room, so the bartender can run too. So it would be a really nice place. I left on bad terms. I don't know who it is that's been talking to him back and forth in email because we haven't sat down. But I had that guy scared because we're not gonna talk
So
about
it's
it.
just a prospect right now, huh?
Oh well, all I gotta do is tell him. I just haven't made the decision if I'm gonna book it or not. I'm waiting to get a
Oh
whole.
damn, man! Don't tell me and all the viewers how great it is. Then be like, oh, I don't know if I'm.
I want to. I have a chance to. I've got April and May. I could pick a weekend out of there. He's got open, and if I do it, I'll probably do two. Let me get one in May and one in April and run two shows and see how it fares out. I just don't know who I would bring. I don't know who I would book, because I would book a decent comedian, because that's the whole reason I thought about doing it, is so I could work with some professional comedians and really be able to and get them on the podcast.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, yeah, that's pretty basic marketing right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So, and I get to perform with an actual like comedian. So, and I could get one. I could probably afford one and still make some money if I got someone like for one night that like Mike Tobin gets. You know, that level of those road dogs that he gets, like Mo Alexander and Mr. Showtime, Longhorn. I looked all them up. I could afford those guys. But I want like Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
You know?
But you gotta start small first.
I know. Well, I have another place I've been talking to, and we actually sat down and talked yesterday on the phone, and it can hold up to 1,000. It's a
Ooh.
huge ballroom, and I was like, oh, I don't think I'm ready for anything like that. I was like, I don't have the connections to get a hold of fucking Nikki Glazier right now to pack that bitch.
1,000 people, yeah.
Yeah, they
You
have
to
like
have some
UFC
name
fights there.
recognition
Yeah.
behind you.
Well, really, it's just booking. It's booking and advertising. You book the name, you book them, and you tell people that they're here, and that's in their big name right now. They're gonna come. People are gonna come and check this shit out. Like if I was to book, probably Nikki Glazier or Greg Warren's been on the mind a lot. Like I wonder what his price is. Like I haven't been able to find it.
Up.
I've hit him up for the podcast, but he just read the message and didn't respond.
Wow.
I had him originally booked at the Bobby's show I was putting on. I was like, oh, dude, it's more of an open mic for comedians. Like, I'm going to give comedians that I do let come perform there like 10 minutes to work out some actual shit. And I was like, and then I want to have like a decent, I'll take the best of the comedians out of the ones I picked and give them 30 minutes to work on a fucking set. So it's going to be a smaller open mic list, basically, with real comedians and give them more time to work out some shit. And that place has always got people in it. There's always 10 or 20 people already there just drinking their life away. So,
Good for them.
yeah. And the waitresses are all hot and in skimpy clothes.
Good for us.
Yes. But we were talking his distributor. We had them. We was going to like hook it up with like free drinks and for the comedians and stuff like that. But COVID, fucking COVID, man. Goddamn Kung Flu or whatever.
I just got my vaccine yesterday.
How? You're young? Oh, yeah, diabetes.
I got diabetes. Man.
Yeah, have fun with that. You looking a little rough today,
I looking
buddy.
green around the gills. I didn't wash my hair.
Me neither. No, I have to wash
Well, we
my
can
hair.
tell you didn't.
I have to wash my shit because of my job and sweating and all that crazy shit. So how did you get into this whole? I guess you guys they don't know because that part didn't get put up. Last time Zach was here with Elijah, we had a nice long, not heated in a way, but it got a little loud. Conversation about capitalism and socialism and communism. And I after you left, I was like, man, how does that fucker? How old are you again? 21?
24.
24. Okay,
Well,
you did to college. I thought you were a little bit younger, but where did you first get into this? How did you? Because not many people 24 years old are.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't like that at first. I was just your regular suburban reactionary before that. And then, I don't know, I went to college and analyzed some things and met some people and talked to them and then came home and started working out of the labor hall and then meeting people from different neighborhoods and stuff. And I started to understand and sympathize with.
Who did you meet that got you into it?
Well, no,
Was it a girl?
No, not any one person got me into it. I don't know. My family are really big simps for simps for Democrats.
Yeah, I know.
And I was always like, what are we vote? Like, what? Sell me on it.
Yeah.
Make it make sense for me.
That's how
I don't understand. They just be like, vote blue no matter who.
Yeah,
I'll be
no.
like, well, I don't fucking know. And my brother don't either. So he's the same way. And so finally I was just like, look, I'm going to look into why, what the deal is. So then I started reading up, and I was like, man, I'm not with all this Hillary shit. And then that was also around the same time Bernie was bursting out of the seams in 2016, and I was hearing all his stuff, and I was like, this is, to my American vision that had been propagated
From what we've been taught.
What I had been taught to that point, that was like gold, but it was seen as so outrageous,
taboo almost.
Yeah, taboo, and I still hear people, well, I don't want him to go that far. I don't want to go that far left. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? What do you want?
And
what do you think's gonna work that we're not already doing?
Yeah, well, when you dig into it's all about money. It comes down to the money, and they're like giving handouts to all these people, and it's like, do you realize how much money that these people, these rich elite, are getting away with by not paying their fair share?
Yeah,
the fair share is all Bernie wants is asking. Just the fucking tax, the half a penny he wants to put on the trades, like the high frequency quant trading computers that they have that does 1,000 trades in and out of a trade 1,000 times, probably selling and buying 1 million different shares at once. He just wants to put like a half a penny charge on each one of those trades.
Yeah,
and that would like billions.
Pay for college.
Yeah, and
no, people they just don't understand it.
Yeah,
and it's so
the people that can't afford a $400 bill have to end up paying a higher tax rate.
And he's just scratching the surface of what this country actually needs, and people are that's how far it's come in American education and just tradition, that it's so taboo that he's not even as other countries are already had been doing this.
Well, the crazy thing about it is I was looking into something because it all comes down to economies, and I was looking and that's what I went to college for a couple of years before dropping out, was economics and civics and stuff. And when you look up all the economies in the world, you know which are labeled in America? Mm-hmm. Corporations. Corporations the corporate economy is larger than most of the world's economy.
Yeah.
And there's like 55 here, and they're all or 30 something like that. There's a lot of corporate economies that are bigger than our own when it comes down to the people. These companies are working with more and have more money to just piss away than the people in that country have to even spend and buy and trade goods to feed themselves with. Because yes, there's all this trillions and trillions of dollars on paper and in numbers, but in hard cash, what the actual bottom 98% of the people in the world or in America use, and it's only it's a couple $1 trillion. And then you've got all this other $1 trillion that are in bank accounts, which are just numbers, zeros and ones. But what's out there is a very small amount that we use. And it just got real small after COVID because the amount of transfer, I mean, they could literally, what was it? Amazon could give everyone almost $130,000, and every single one of their employees, $130-something thousand, and it wouldn't affect Jeff Bezos' wealth from before COVID started.
No.
And it's
ain't that wild?
There's got to be something that gets done, and the biggest thing is it's like Mark Zuckerberg and his fucking wife started this fund, and they're going to give 99. They wrote a letter to their baby, and said that they were donating 99% of their wealth into this, what is it, DAF fund or something like that, and it's DAF funds, which is basically it's this thing that's saying it's a donation, but they have discrepancies over where it goes and when it goes. And they never have to go. They can die, and their grandchildren and children can inherit it, and as long as they never touch it, and it's a tax write-off. And they just put it in their baby's name. And my first thought was can you imagine when this kid turns 18 and reads this letter? He's like, you gave 99% of our fucking wealth away, and we're still this rich? Jesus.
Did I get a fraction of that?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just when you seen this this Reddit shit that happened, the Wall Street bet shit that happened. You seen real quick how these billionaires and these people in the market were like coming out and saying it's over. The stimulus checks are overheating the market. There's too much money in it. These guys are just sitting at home in their basements getting their stimulus checks, and it's heating the market up too much. It's gonna crash it. No, motherfucker. 12 years of a bull market and not allowing it to go down and correcting itself is what's going to crash it. The fact that you gave up the chance years ago, to pull the fucking lever and they should have had higher interest rates on the bank and us getting loans. If we're going to go by the economy that we're running on today, that's what the feds are supposed to do. They see the economy's going up and it's a bull market, records start hitting record highs and everything. They move interest rates up a little bit. Everyone's got a little bit more money. Everyone wants to borrow and everyone wants to expand a little bit, so they bump them up. They never did that. They lowered them. And now we're so close to zero that the banks aren't giving out no money. They're still getting a shit ton of money from the fucking government and the bailouts. What is it, like 70% of the money that's out there now that's been created is just in the past year or something from this COVID pandemic or some shit. Like we added a lot to our debt. It's above our GDP now, which usually is a red flag for economy that's going to become a third world country. Going to be like what we did to Russia in the Cold War, and what happened to Germany before fucking when their shit crashed before Hitler came along.
I learned a good one a couple weeks ago. Don't say the N-word if you're
you
not black. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, great. Because we were talking about that last night on the podcast. So,
but anyway,
I was not there.
Not to bring that up before. Were we in the middle of something before this, or were we?
No. That doesn't. It's not even important anymore. Because I want to hear about this because I wasn't there, and I'm glad I wasn't because it would have probably ended badly. I heard nobody punched him, or like no one followed him out to the car.
No, it was handled pretty
yeah, I know. That's everybody that was involved, but no one just like walked outside and was like, I never do it in front of anybody.
I don't know.
That would have been me. I'd be like, I'll catch him outside. Don't worry.
I was like,
I'm gonna catch him outside.
I was like in a shock.
Yeah.
Because it was something that we had all like joked about happening.
Everyone's head went straight to the black guy.
Dude, I don't know. It was like I didn't even want to turn my head.
Who was there?
I was sitting right next to Spilo, Zach Spilo, and I don't know, Monica and Nick.
He's not black, is he?
No, he's Jewish though.
He's a cool Jew though. He's hen Jew. It's his joke. Yeah, he's hen Jew.
But and Monica and Nick Kuvar were sitting behind me. I think Eric Rusler was, and I think and Ronaldo and Megan were like in the corner.
So there wasn't too many black people there that night.
Well, Reggie was there.
Reggie, damn.
Reggie was not happy. He was talking to JC. And JC like calmed him down, like kept him at ease, I guess. Oh, and Philip Cornell was there, but like had left right before too. Oh no, and then this other guy. Gosh, damn, this dude was hilarious too. He was, what's his name? I don't know. I'm not gonna remember his name, but he was funny as hell. And he was there too, and he was there when they got off. Yo, I'll take a beer too, please.
So, how was that? That like Cody said, he's never been part of watching somebody get canceled, like being part of the moment that somebody got canceled.
I don't know.
Was it how did Teal follow after that? I heard
Teal followed it as good as you could have.
Yeah, I heard what he said, but I was like,
yeah, he's yeah.
How does anybody after that follow?
It was really good. Oh well, then another first timer went up there, and shout out to this other first timer. There was only 2 first timers, or there was 3. There was one guy, no name guy, and then this dude. And this dude goes up and follows Teal, I think, and was like, he said something like, tighten your anus, and like started unbuttoning his shirt exactly like that guy did, and like the place like fucking erupted. And then I think he made a joke on it, but like halfway through his set, he froze up.
He's like, oh shit, I'm
He
doing
froze
it.
up and he got off after about like only I don't know, like 3 minutes maybe, and he got a big ovation afterwards because he did really good, but like it was just you could tell, but I don't know how you could follow that. I'd have been worried to take the stage after that.
So how did you feel about last night's show with the booing shit that went down? What is your thoughts on that?
I don't know what brought that up. So for everyone that doesn't know, we were at man, do we? I don't even.
Blackpack Tonario. No, they
right,
did
he
it.
said-
They owned the shit. That's all. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, we were there, and Roderick Lyles Effect was hosting, and he did a good job at hosting, but he came out in the middle of his introduction and said, "You know what? I think we should bring booing back."
Yeah, after his
Feel
set.
free to boo. After
you
his
didn't
set.
see Ronaldo, did you?
No. Oh, did someone boo Ronaldo?
No, Ronaldo went up there and calls him out, like starts roasting Rod. He's like, I think it's
really?
real funny that no one's called this out, that you allowed booing after you did your trash ass set. He said that's when you said booing was allowed. He's like, and what is with the camouflage that you're wearing? What are you hiding from a successful career?
Damn, I wish I'd have been there for that because I remember when I was leaving.
Ronaldo was a little upset with it. They were at the end of the night. They were both same thing, but Ronaldo was like,
so
you
he
can't
wasn't
do
getting
that.
no reactions and all that stuff.
Oh no, he did.
Oh, okay.
He did fine. Till he went into regular material. They didn't like regular material, as you seen last night.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I don't know how. At first, I thought about doing that at a show, having the crowd kind of bring back the old school Apollo style thing, to where the comedians
So you're
would
on
go.
board with it?
At first, I was like, if
I
it
don't
was
think
me,
the host
I
should
was
ever
fine.
encourage booing. If the crowd decides they want to boo, that's on the crowd. But I don't think I'm going to be like, hey, if you guys want to boo, go ahead.
I grew up watching the Apollo, and on the Apollo, it didn't matter what you're doing. It was comedians, singers, dancers. If they sucked, there was all the crowd would start booing. A siren would come on, and this guy dressed up as a clown with a broom would come on and fake sweep the trash off the stage.
Oh, me and the clown would be best friends. I'd be fucked.
That's what everyone in that club last night, I'm sure, first experiences with comedy was watching the Apollo, because it was on regular TV and stuff. And these comedians would come on in there, and a lot of actually famous people, like Life Jennings, the singer, he got big from there. A lot of people have gotten famous from the Apollo.
Not getting booed.
Yeah.
Getting booed.
You've never
at the
seen the one
Apollo.
where they come onto this big stage, they got a log, got everyone rubs for good luck, and I think Sinbad or somebody used to host it. I forget.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, but back then, that was a thing. That's like after I did my set, because it was getting so bad. I got that into mind. I did the man. This was bad. This was like worse. This is a worse bomb than fucking Nashville Christmas Morning. And no one got it. I was like, I guess that's over your head too. Fuck it.
It's a good thing no one else knows what Nashville Christmas Morning is.
Well, they didn't that night, obviously, because that was a funny joke. Ronaldo laughed and clapped. But yeah, I bombed last night. But when I bomb, I like to be able to say I tried new shit. Like, when I go down hard too.
Yeah. You're like, I might as well just go down in the sinking ship.
At that point, once I realize if it's my start off gets fucked up, or the first one I don't come out where the first two are good, or the crowd sucks, I'm just like, well, I'm testing all the shit that I wrote down. Half the time I won't, because I get good responses in the beginning, and it's just like, just keep them fucking laughing, keep them going.
I think next time I'm bombing, I'm just gonna start making animal noises on the stage.
Yeah, that fucked up a joke. My first joke, that's what really fucked me up, is I came out there to do a joke, this new joke I've been working on, like, about this lady complained about the way I smelt in the store the other day, saying how it was I smelled like weed.
She was growling at you?
She was complaining, and I was which my response was, bitch, that's 200 an ounce. What are you wearing?
I am.
You know, but I messed it up, fucked up the words, and I was like, you know what, rewind.
To her face?
No. I did a joke last night about it. That was my joke.
Oh.
And I fucked it all up. That was my first joke coming out. And it didn't do well because I fucked it up. If a bitch said I smelled like, complained at me for smell, I would just laugh.
We had an interesting week. So Rod Lyles came out Thursday night and encouraged booing.
Yeah.
And then someone even had a running boo, a drive-by boo on someone else on the first set of the night. They didn't claim it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what, and I did feel bad for Zach
right away.
Yeah, because Zach's there. That's an open mic, and that's when where I'm at now with the thought is. The Apollo was the Apollo. It was on TV. You know, you better had your shit together there. You know, don't come there with some trash.
Yeah, that's a little different though.
Yeah.
We're in like little old.
You signed up for that. That was
Ophir
just
Palace, Ferguson, Missouri. So.
Right. So that was that's where I'm at now. Like, man, yeah, it really wasn't cool.
You bowling alley rugs.
Yeah, with some probably maybe he didn't know if the newer comedians, and that could really fucking.
Ooh, especially kicking the show off.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's hard. I mean, I went second, and I mean, it didn't fucking go any better.
Yeah.
Like, I think I fucking mentioned something to start, and like got a laugh. And then when I started in on material, I think it was mostly like people that go.
Yeah. I got a couple. I recorded it and watched it as I always do, and I got a couple laughs, but just by the shock ones, just like. The Jesus crossed up joke that I've been doing, that one, you know, they like that because it talked about Jesus playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's hit or miss everywhere though.
Yeah, I'm just ready for it to come back. I want to be able to do 2 or 3 a night. Like there for a while, I was able to hit like Apotheosis, and then that little bar mic, and then you could go hit the late one at the Helium. Or whatever. The bucket night.
Crow's Nest.
Yeah. No, bucket night at the Helium.
But you could do the wild card is what I thought.
Yeah, I never did the... Oh, wait, that was JC's, right?
JC and
Chris Sear or somebody?
No. John Beatty?
Yeah. Steve.
My bad, buddy.
What happened to Steve? Why isn't he back at it?
COVID. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. He is the complete opposite of what I thought he was. If you look at him, like your first impression of somebody when you see them, you're like, oh, he's not a comedian or an MMA.
He looks
fighter.
Like a grumpy thumb.
Yeah.
Until you talk to him, he's a really nice guy.
Really nice guy. Really nice. He was one of the first interactions I had with in comedy was with him and JC. JC's a really cool guy too. He was hard to get him to peel his onions off.
What do you mean?
I had him on the podcast to get him to get talking about stuff. He'd give like one short answers. And I was like,
oh, really?
He's like, open up, man. I'm trying to get you to say something real.
What'd you come over here and tickle him? That's the vibe I'm getting from you right now.
Maybe it's 2021, bud.
Yeah, I guess that's cool.
It is.
If you're rich, you can tickle kids on islands.
I'll give you a Dr. Seuss book. They're gonna be worth some money soon.
Yeah,
it's a good investment.
I don't like green eggs and ham.
Oh, I don't know the other words to that book, but
I don't know.
Would follow it up. So, what shows you got going on coming up?
I got one April 2nd, and then I think I got one April 17th. Okay, which ones are these? Let's try and figure this out. So I got Andrew Gaffigan is having me on something. He hasn't sent me the fine details yet on April 2nd. And then I think we got Nicole Gorey is having me in Alton at a place that used to be Bottles and Barrels. I think used to be the name of the place. She said used to be, so I don't know. And then I got the 420 show at the Red Flag.
Yeah, I hit Gary up about that. I was like, dude, I've got some material for a weed show. Like,
Yeah.
it's just too low hanging a fruit for me to do all the time.
Right.
Like, but weed, I can do that all day. Like, I
Right.
could just talk about weed. Like, that's I got great stories for that. But yeah, no one's hit me up for a 420 show. I see there's doing a couple.
Yeah, there's one I've been seeing getting, I think it's tonight. The one I was seeing getting promoted, like Tommy Dangerfield and Mary Jane and them are on it, I think.
Yeah.
So break a leg, guys. Hope you do good on that. If any of you watch this.
They get That's fine. That's fine. You know, they don't want no
Hey.
real smokers up in there. You know, that's cool. That's cool. You can have them, but I tell you what, I put every single one of them to sleep.
Oh, well, you know what? You can come get hooped on Sunday at Lamareda Park or wherever the fuck.
That's funny. You know I'm a baller, right? Like, that's how
shit,
that
man.
whole balling shit started, because of me and Mike Burrow and fucking Antonio Metcalf.
All right.
I invited people out.
You better bring your wetsuit, surfer boy. Because I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be there 2 o'clock. I'm going to be there at 12,
What is it,
stretching and
Sunday?
running. Yeah,
At 2?
at 2.
Son of a bitch.
You got tagged in it on Facebook, and you said you were down.
I know, but I've got Randy Cash coming on Sunday at 2. I'm going to have to cancel. But
Bring
he's
him and play basketball with him. I want to see Randy Cash's jump shot.
And he's supposed to be buying this other audio interface from me. Fuck. I'm going.
What are you, a Radio Shack?
No, I just got a bunch of different podcast stuff that I was going through that I don't use because I found what I liked, what works best for me and mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can. No, I
Yeah,
promise
oh,
you.
man.
I'm telling you, your ankles are gonna hurt. Bring some ankle braces, all right, and some ice. I'm just saying. Don't sleep on your boy.
You're looking at
You see that right there, right?
you're looking at
You see
MVP.
that? That's baller. That's
Hey,
baller.
I see that. But you know what? I say you're past your prime. All right.
Okay.
Look, I'm in my athletic prime right now.
Bitch, I will slap you with some sugar.
Yeah, that fucked me up.
I will give you an orange.
Yeah, but I'm ready to ball, man. Elliot Miller told me, you know who that is, right? The funny bone door guy.
Oh, yeah.
Skinny ass dude. He's my roommate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's my roommate now. But yeah, his big, tall, goofy ass was like, I bet you $100 I could beat you in one-on-one basketball.
I would love to play him. I love
Dude.
tall, lanky guys like that. I fucked him up so bad.
Dude, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I don't think you have much offense. He was like, no, I just gotta make sure you don't score. And I was like, well, you're not. You're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, that's 50% of the game. Buddy.
Like, do I look like a defender to you?
That's where I'm the deadliest. I was great at defense because then we had a couple guys that were really good shots and stuff, and I was a point guard. I set the plays up. I was great at driving the lane and getting a zone defense to collapse on me, getting all the kids to like basically come into me trying to swat me while I was driving, and I'd get the A.
Damn, man.
dish
Hey,
that
I
shit
want
up.
you on my team someday if you come.
Like, that's what I go for now. And every time we go ball, like last time we Dormeyer and everybody, and we all went out and balled. I was just working on like assists. Like I'm always looking for the open man. That's what I did. I was a point guard. I always brought the ball down the court and set up the play and passed it to the stronger scorer. But I could score too. I'm just not the best at shots.
Says
Once
you.
I get past that free throw range, my shot like goes way down.
Okay, cool. I'll
But
write
inside
down
that,
when I get in my
inside
car.
that free throw, you better watch out.
All right.
I get deadly.
Damn, I'm gonna need some good teammates. Help defense.
I don't know who I was gonna. That was a lot of people that were saying they were down.
Well, he tagged like 18 people, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know though.
I don't know where that park is though. I've never played there.
I don't know.
And we played at Fenton Park last time. I grew up playing there. My mom lives right down the road, so during the summers I would always go there and play ball. There was always like pickup games down there being played by the adults. I was the kid that would like sit around all night long, just hoping that they would be short one guy to be able to play as a kid. It was fun. But that's what I did. Before the hippie surfer guy, I looked like you. All right. And I was a baller. I had a pair of Jordans over my shoulders and a pair of my feet.
You were me. You were Woody Harrelson in White Men Can't Jump.
I was, dude. I
The
definitely.
rainbow hat and everything, dude.
Yeah.
You had the pumps on, too.
I do. Every time I do a competition, I act like I pump up my shoes, like right when I go on.
Dude, anyone watching is probably going to be like, what's up with Zach's posture?
What did you do?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm sitting real weird. I feel like an
Kick
obtuse
your
triangle.
feet up. That's what I always do. I got this little table I put back here.
An obtuse triangle. An idiot. An acute triangle.
A cute one.
I don't know. Just ignore me.
You scoliosis?
Yeah.
Really? Like hunchback?
I don't have. Damn, man. No.
Because we don't like them kind around. We don't like them hunchbacks out here. God damn it.
Look, I've seen your podcast. You have all kinds of Mexicans and you got Philippines on here.
Yeah. I'm just trying to.
You've got whatever the fuck Mike Ratcliffe is.
Yeah. I've had multiple
a sewer raccoon,
black
Mike
people
Ratcliffe.
booked to come here, and it's like every time, right, the day of, it's like they put it in their GPS, and they're like, nope. It's like what we thought when we were first looked up that open mic, and like. Oh, Fuhr or fucking the scoreboard. We were like, let me bring the extra clip.
I was walking out of scoreboard one night doing a straight gunshot right down the road.
Yeah.
And I like tried to stay as casual, walking to my car as I could, but I was like, I had a little bit of sweat dripping down my forehead.
Out here, people think the hood is dangerous. There's a gunshot daily out here.
Yeah, but they're like, if you hear something, if you hear a gunshot there, what are they shooting at? Out here, it's like, well, I don't know.
Teaching their kid how to shoot. Teaching future cop to never mind.
Damn, man.
Oh yeah, I know. It's one of those nights. I could do a great. I should have went to Mason City. Have you been to the Mason Cities one yet?
The Mason City one.
Okay.
It's I have.
It's a far, but
dude. Well, it's the same thing for me with the Papa Mojo's one and Cape Girardeau. It's just like, Elijah was like, man, they'll give us $20 and we can do like as much time as we want. And he was like, at least 10 minutes
that are talking.
Yeah, but then I was like, dude,
I did that show the other
that's
time.
5 hours round trip for me. And I'm getting $20 to come talk for 10 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not like the big league or nothing, but it's just like, gee, that's such a drive and so much gas and shit.
Yeah.
For my ass.
Yeah, me and John last night were talking about putting together a couple shows, doing some road, like hitting some mics up on the way to a weekend show, and booking something out of town. Gonna have to like start. I'm talking. I told him I was like, well, do Texas. Texas is open. Like, they're open. They don't even require masks.
Uvar's going down there for like a week at some point. I don't know when.
Yeah. I don't know how that would work. I like Coovey and everything, but it's I don't know if we could party like that. If I'm going hitting the road, I'm partying. And Coovey don't party no more.
Well, all you got to do is not mention it, and he won't know.
I'm not shooting heroin right now. No.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, Brad? Oh, nothing, buddy. You got a fucking belt in your mouth. Nah, you'd get away with it.
No, Coovey would be fun to do, but he has to have his old lady and everything, and I don't know how they would feel about like the bunk.
Yeah,
team.
they're sober and stuff.
Well, not even that. That's just like joking, but the fact that like that then you come down to like needing rooms, multiple rooms and stuff. Me and some buddies could do it. We could get an Airbnb and all share the drive. Not work because when you got like if I was to do it with my old lady, my old lady, I'm not bringing a.
I thought you were saying you were worried about it being uncomfortable for.
Oh no, me and Coovey did the Mason City shit. Me and him are the ones that ended up talking most of the time to each other.
No, I
meant
like
Coovey. Me and him are cool as shit.
Partying though. Were you partying with him?
No.
See,
He
exactly.
doesn't party.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
party
saying.
anymore either. Really,
I thought that's what you were
I
worried
smoke
about.
a lot of pot, but you know,
Me
and I don't
too.
know how they would feel about that, but because I'm not driving 5 hours without fucking lighting up.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, but yeah. Other than that, the only issue I would have is like I think about it as him and his old lady, because if I was with my old lady, it would be me and my old lady, and I know I would be hearing shit from her about all the boys, and I just don't want to put him in that position. If he's able to do it though.
Well, I mean, hey, it don't hurt to ask, buddy.
I would bring him along if I planned it together and he wants to come. He's more than fucking welcome all day, but it's not going to be fun for somebody that doesn't do comedy, you know? That's how I'm trying to... I don't want it to be his old lady to just have a horrible time.
I don't think... But she goes to, like,
at him.
every open mic with him and stuff, and, like, goes on the road with him.
Yeah, I mean, who's
so,
driving?
I mean, she's... Well, not hopefully not him, but if he has been, that's impressive. Oh, give him
He needs
that.
to get him a Tesla.
Yeah. Man, comedy's been good to him if he can get a Tesla.
Yeah.
I need to get on that.
The new Model 2 is supposed to be like 19 grand. The one that he's coming out with, it's like the
Fuck,
new
man.
model of
And
the
I
model.
don't have to drive it?
They do. He does
Driving
the
us all?
prototype. Fucking. That'll probably be like 25 grand. That's usually like 7 grand more.
If I can't beat off while I drive, I'm not buying a Tesla.
They got videos of people like a Chinese kid. He's like got his pillow and he's sleeping.
That's what they do when they drive other
Sleeping
cars.
with their shit on. That enjoy sticker people.
I get canceled for that. Out of all,
What are they Christians?
No.
Aren't those Christians?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck them.
I don't know who they are.
Christians. I kept there's a guy I work with, and he was talking about Muslims and other religions, and I kept hitting him with like facts about like Christianity. I was like, well, you do know most deaths on earth were committed by most murders on earth were committed by the Christians, right? Like all of them, all the wars, political wars combined. It still doesn't amount to the amount of fucking people the Christians have killed. And he was like, I don't want to hear this. I'm walking away.
That was the best insulted country white person impression I've ever heard.
Dude, you talking boy. I'm from the South. Man.
Yeah, but that was like premier. The night that the one guy said the thing at the place that you're not supposed to say.
It's a ninja.
He did not. But
ass. You can't say ass.
Yeah, you can't say ass on
heard
stage.
that's what,
Zoom kapow. That's what he said. And then no, but what was I saying? Fuck, we got knocked off track. Oh, me and Kuvar were talking about something, how he wanted to do like a religious joke or something, and me and him were talking about it. And he was like talking about something ridiculous about religion, and then Eric Rusler walked up and he said, did you guys know that there's a book that's literally called The Life of Jesus by Jesus's best friend Biff? And like, it's literally Jesus's so-called best friend named Biff, and like telling all the tales from his perspective. And he said it's completely real and shit. And he said they like, back then, like, tons of people claimed to be the Son of God. Jesus wasn't the only one. And what they did was they just picked Jesus out of, like, this pool of people that were trying to be the Son of God. And that's what they, like, did the stories about and stuff. I don't know. But I don't even know
book. Where's this book from?
I don't know. Ask Eric. Have him on. Shout out to him.
Rustler. Yeah, we'll have to. He lives pretty far away, doesn't he?
He lives in Cape Girardeau.
Yeah,
I think.
he lives all
Cape
the way
Girardeau.
there. It's nice seeing him when I walk in and see him. Another person I like seeing is Jake Pellick. He's always a real fun one to have at the show. I like.
You guys are great.
He's.
I don't really have anyone I don't like, to be honest.
Oh, I do. To have multiple choices.
Yeah. Well, dude, I got my vaccine the other day. I want everyone else to get it so we can start.
I'm not taking a vaccine.
And partying and shit.
No.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I've read too many stories. Like my father was telling me about people in his family that was tested on back in that the syphilis fucking shit when they injected all the men from St. Louis with syphilis, and then they sprayed a bunch of
I got it the good
testing
fashioned way.
chemical agents on fucking people. I was like, damn, they would do that. They've been accused 284 times of just testing random shit on people not knowing. I'm not gonna be part of one of these fucking rushed experiments.
My arm has been hurting. So.
I mean, more power to people. I think it's funny that they're like, you still gotta wear your mask and you still gotta do this. Like, bitch, I've got the vaccine.
It's like not even inconvenient to wear a mask anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
But
not
it
anymore.
is-
Like me, like they tell me, hey, you still gotta wear a mask. I'm like,
I don't have to deal with it because I don't work in public. I work outside, so you're not getting me to wear a mask outside.
you
Piss
just
off.
sneeze on people outside.
No, everyone I work with is a fucking Trumper.
Yeah.
Too. Oh, it's been bad the past month since he lost. Like they have been butthurt.
Fuck.
Did you hear about this shit in at the Capitol? Like supposedly, like they were gonna like the Siege 2 was supposed to happen.
The Siege 2?
Yeah, a bunch of the hotel.
Sequel.
Yesterday. That's why they're so beefed up on the National Guard. Like they put up extra fences, all kinds of stuff because QAnon conspiracy is everybody was going there on the 4th of March. All the hotels were booked. It was like $4,000 for a room and shit at the hotels down there.
You'd have to be an idiot.
An idiot, yeah.
Like, I mean, a moron, idiot. You can throw whatever name in that sack you want. If you're paying $4,000 for a hotel room,
At the Trump hotel too. It's trashy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him my money. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think he's playing that. The QAnon shit is a money scheme. I think is him playing is at this point.
Dude, there are people. There are people.
Still people believing in it.
Like, you drive. I've went to since Trump has lost. I've went to West Memphis, and I went down to Cape Girardeau, and like it is just, and even where I live in East Alton, there's like people still got Trump flags, Trump signs. I've never seen nothing like it. This one guy in East Alton literally has a sign. It says Trump forever. And it's like, and then right next to it, he has a sign that says Trump 2024. And I'm like, dude, they fucking love this guy.
Yeah, but a lot of people aren't talking as he had a lot of votes over. Like it was close. Like Biden didn't win by much.
I didn't even see the popular vote.
Yeah, like he didn't win by much. Biden got a lot of votes too, but Trump was right on his fucking trails. And let's be honest, if it wasn't for COVID, Trump would still be president.
That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely, 100%.
I agree.
The numbers were too good. The unemployment numbers, the fucking market, everything was too good.
Well, that was a prediction I made. I said that Biden can't beat Trump.
I think Biden's fucking mentally gone. They're hiding him. They're
Dude.
cutting feeds while he said, "I'll happily ask questions now," and they cut the fucking feed. Have you seen that? That happened yesterday. He was at the White House, said some shit, and he's like, "And now I answer questions," and they cut his feed off. From being able to record the fucking questions.
Dude,
I think he's gone, and Kamala's coming in at the end. But bet you by the end of this 4 years, Kamala's the president.
I used to go through and watch a lot of the. I'd watch.
We're gonna have a dirty cop as the president.
Yeah, I would watch a lot of Michael Brooks. R.I.P. Michael Brooks. He died. He was the host of the Michael Brooks show, and he was a producer on the Majority Report with Sam Cedar. And that's a lot of they would break down a lot of the political events going on. And I would also
I like Sam. I hate that one chick he has on there all the time. She is like fucking, my god,
Emma
it's like-
Vigeland.
It's like she's about as bad as the TYT chick.
Okay, well she used to
Anna.
be on TYT. Well,
Yeah,
Emma
I guess-
Vigeland, I like her, but she used to be on TYT.
To each his own.
But she took Michael Brooks' spot on that show after he died. And then what's it called? I would watch a lot of the secular talk with Kyle Kalinske.
I like Kyle Kalinske.
The Humanist Report with what's his name? The Humanist Report. I don't know.
I know who it is.
And
I
then
know that one. One of my top is Jimmy Dore.
see Jimmy Dore, he's like
He gets in their ass. He calls the bullshit out.
yeah, dude. He's been
Forced
calling it
to
how
vote.
it is lately.
Now look at everyone. Look at Sink. Maybe he was right. Maybe he was right. Yeah, he was right. Why ain't you acting all crazy like you always do?
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of Jimmy Dore, but I know about Jimmy Dore.
He's a true comedian that's like I think, but talks about shit like he's hitting the shit, the same shit that Sam Cedar and Kyle Kalinske, but they're not. He's not leaning super left. He's like he considers himself left. He's part of the.
Well, he's gotten disputes and he's gotten shit from like him and Sam Cedar have gotten
him and
and
Jank have a big. He's the one that called out and pointed out about how Jank getting paid from.
Right.
You know, taking money from the corporations.
Which that's good. I mean, that's stuff that that should be called out.
Yeah, and then Sam Cedar's great because he's one of the Anna chick on TYT basically just uses everything Sam does.
Well, what I was getting at was I like that's like what I would that would keep me updated, but lately like it's just whatever I see on Twitter is mostly like.
I really like
I'm
Rubin
getting right now.
I like that Mark Rubin guy.
Mark Rubin. Oh, shut the fuck up. Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin, bro.
No, I do like.
Hey, for anyone watching this, fuck Dave Rubin.
I think Louder with Crowder's funny.
Oh yeah, he awesome.
He has some funny shit.
Steven Crowder, you're so funny, dude.
I don't know his stand up is, but he has some skits that are funny, and he's.
I'm not into Pete. He's like, dude, they're like fucking.
I can listen to both sides.
They'll be like on their knees, fucking.
All right, we will not get into that, but I can listen to them so I know what the fucked up shit the left's doing because Sam isn't going to talk about that. Kyle Kalinske has been a lot lately.
No, but who do you mean by the left?
I'm talking about the Democrat. What the Democrats are doing.
No. Sam Seed. You ain't watching.
I don't watch much of Sam because I don't like that one chick. She's just like she seems fake as fuck to me, and that super left liberal type that's like cancel culture status. Like
no, she's not no.
Her and Anna really.
They're cool.
Maybe it's just because she's a woman. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are known to hate women here.
No, I think Crystal Ball beats.
Shout out to Brad's Basement.
The Hill is better than all of them. I watched The Hill.
Oh, with Crystal Ball
and Songer.
Yeah, no,
a Democrat and a fucking Republican.
That's one I would watch that. I watched that too. Yeah, but dude, he's
morning news.
He's not really a Republican. He's like more, because I mean, I don't know. They're still.
He's what Republicans used to be. He keeps that. He calls.
We can call it that. I like him. I don't have none against him. But what?
But yes, he is kind of a left.
He's like, he's not like the Republicans I know.
Yeah.
Dudes be like driving down the street, like, they're not that kind of Republican. But they're not. The dudes in my neighborhood's like got swastikas on their back porches and shit.
Yeah, I know.
One dude does.
Yeah, that's and those are the people that need to get rid of. Like, we just need to not allow them to reproduce. We can just toss them in a big hole with brimstone.
But then you're hurting the First Amendment, bro.
I mean, what's wrong? I'm sure those gas chambers that Hitler had are still open, right? We can we can throw them in there with the flag. They can have their flag and everything.
And they can stand for it in there.
Until they die.
What was I saying? Oh, no, I like them, too. I like The Hill.
I like RT if it's gonna.
Oh, Russian TV.
No, RT News.
Yeah, but that's what RT stands for.
What I thought it was. Yeah. What is it?
It's literally like Russian TV, which is like not like that's just the name of it.
Funded by Russia. It's partially funded.
That's who Chris Hedges is on and shit.
Yes, Chris Hedges. I really like him.
Yeah.
Lee Camp. I really like him. He's a comedian he's the one that's calling out the real issues, like what is it, the one guy that's in house arrest right now because of he went up against Shell, I think it is, one of the oil companies that went and basically left Brazil like fucked up, purposely did it and everything, and left a bunch of toxic shit, lost a case there, ended up going to court, lost it, and just left and was like, well, we're not paying the settlement to the people that they're owed for destroying all their land and leaving it fucking with oil spill everywhere. Mm-hmm. And they went here where the guy that helped the Brazil win and got a judge in their pocket and charged them with racketeering and have them on like house arrest for years now. This has been going on for like 10 years. He did the time that they were allotted to give him because they can only give you so much time for a certain charge. He did that, and they put him on house arrest because they were able to do that. It's some fucked up shit.
Oh, dude.
Like
Last time I was with Elijah, he was telling me that like you were kind of coming around to some of the stuff I was preaching to you that first podcast we did.
If you listen to the podcast before that, you'll hear me talk about that. I'm a firm believer in today's technology. For one, we don't need politicians. We don't need any of them. We don't need Bernie. We don't need none of them. We have the technological fucking advances today to where we're having doctor appointments, our banking. Why can't I vote on the fucking bill that we got to give this power to this representative, this politician?
So you
that's
think
crooked?
we should have a direct
all
democracy?
The people, yes, the people run that shit. Period.
I would be
and
down
I don't
for
think
that.
that there should be. I think, and I've always said this.
They'll always fight that
never,
with like, oh, the people will find a way to vote multiple times, but it's not.
Yeah, they can
that's
try that. That's all bullshit. That's just that's the only leg they got to try to stand on. I don't think in 2020.
I guarantee if you let everyone fucking like you're saying, and I agree with you, vote, we'd have $2,000. We'd have had that check. We'd have that stimulus passed and shit.
Yeah, but and besides all what's going on today, but just I don't think, and I've always felt this way, where we're at technologically, there shouldn't be a person that goes to bed hungry, cold, hot. We have the basics to give every human on Earth.
Well, you just had the video on. That's what we have. That's what it was so frustrating for Karl Marx, because we have the abundance to do these things.
Karl Marx still has a form of to where there is some control, that there's going to be a power, a group of people that have more power than the people. Can't have that. I'm talking what's on the issue, what's an issue, okay, what's something that's real. The gays being, the employers not being able to discriminate against gays. That was a couple years ago or something like that, right? Instead of having all these politicians to be able to decide, and well, we voted for him and he's on our side, so hopefully he'll vote that way. Fuck that. While we're taking our morning deuce, we vote for that. Boop. Oh, what's the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the drinking age should be? Boop. Voted for that. Oh, what's tax this should be? Boop. We don't need them anymore. The system we're running off of was built by a fucking person with a pen, a feather as a pen.
Now, if we did that, though, people, and you're one of them because I've heard you not be on board with some of the, but like a lot of policies, like, I mean, if that was the way people could vote right now, everyone would have health care. Everyone would have education. Mm-hmm. Everyone would have all of these policies that some people.
It's in Karl Marx's theory.
Well, no, but some of these beyond that, like we're talking to today, a lot of these people, like people that are like, oh, well, Bernie's too far, like we can't do all that. All those things would be getting passed because, like, there's people that don't like Bernie Sanders. There's people that don't like Nancy Pelosi, not because they know anything bad about Nancy Pelosi.
She either needs to die or resign.
No,
like McConnell.
She's terrible. You won't find anyone that dislikes her more than me. But what I'm saying is, there's people that won't dislike her, or I mean, I'm sorry, they will dislike her, but it's only because she's a Democrat. It's not because they actually know the bad shit she's doing. They're just tied to the idea that.
That's most of your people today. They don't know why do you like her policy? Why do you like that policy? What policy is it that they're pushing that you're really for?
Like, why is Nancy Pelosi
she's just a Democratic. That's like, fuck that.
Right. Well, and that's what kind of makes me mad when I see friends on my Facebook or like other places. They'll post something and be like, Nancy Pelosi's such a bitch, like, fuck her. But because I know the person posting it, I'm like, I know you dislike her for the opposite reasons. I dislike her.
You just saw a headline.
Like, you think she's Karl Marx. That's why you hate her. And it's like, no, I hate her because she's not. See, that's what we need to get straight on.
I like Karl Marx's theory, and after we sat down and we figured out we established what they are, what the actual definition of the two were. I've always been, like I said, I don't believe there should be anybody that's hungry. Anyone goes without school, education. Right. For one, our economy and our society, it reflects our education. Our class reflects our education. So if we don't have that, our society is going to be trash. If your education's trash, your society's trash. Your society and what you're as a country, each country's society. Just look where there's no education, There's no fucking economy. And this, I'm also, the economies aren't what the stock market does. It's not what the, how much the GDP is, none of that. Stock market is how much the consumer, I mean, not the stocks, the economy. An economy is none of those things. Economy isn't ran by how well the corporations are doing. The economy is ran by how well the consumer's doing.
Yeah.
These
Well, and the
1% can only
consumers
buy
also
so much. They're
are
not
the producers.
I
mean,
we
they
are
are
the producers, but I'm just saying, economy cannot grow and will stagnate and fail if consumers cannot consume, and we are the majority of the consumers. So if the consumers aren't getting paid enough, or have to spend all the money that they do have on health care, they can't consume and they can't produce, and
Yes.
we get to an abundance of product, so they can cut labor.
Well, and
All
it's-
the stuff that Karl Marx talks about, yes, is
I was
true.
just going to say they were just when you turned it off, it was come to the point
Mm-hmm.
capitalism is bad for capitalists because you will come to a point where you're producing more than you can get rid of and more than the people can afford to buy.
Yeah, this is like,
Because you're
only about
exploiting
the
them to
people.
produce too much in abundance of things they cannot afford.
That's why there's like embargoes and treaties and stuff with multiple countries that have oil that they're not only allowed to produce but so much, because our currencies are tied to fucking the petrodollar, basically, is what it's called. And like that's when Saudi Arabia and Russia
And that's
got
why
into
they-
that fucking little oil producing spout that the oil died. And that right there shows you the elite that manipulates. That's what I try to explain to everybody. You want to see that the market and everything is manipulated? Look at gas prices during COVID, okay? We had Russia and Saudi Arabia having an oil war of who could produce the most. They went from 30% production to like 100, like 90% actually. So they do that. We go into a lockdown. Nobody needs to consume oil. We literally had so much oil. Every reserve was full, and we had tankers sitting on the coast just parked, filled with crude that we could not refine because everything was so full and nobody was consuming. It never once dropped below $2 a gallon. Supply and demand says it should have been below $1 because barrel of oil was pennies. A barrel of oil was like a nickel at one point in time, and we were still paying $2 a gallon. Why? Because when a barrel of oil goes above the average price, fucking a penny, you see dollar changes in our gas prices. But it drops to fucking a nickel, and now we're paying fucking the same price as we were when it was $30. Fuck that. That's the perfect
Yes,
example.
comrade.
Yeah, you can't.
Yes.
You can't. No, I've always been the one that's called them out. I don't like either side. I when Chris Hedges came out last year and they were creating their own little party, but he was not able to because it was against the law for some reason. I forget what it is that kept him from being able to run for president and start a party. It had something to do with something he was part of some organization or something that it's like inside or something like that made it. But I'm all about the shit that Lee Camp and Jimmy Dore and them are, and
Yeah.
Chris Hedges, they're starting the People's Party or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'll support that 100%. I get
Well,
extra money, I'll donate
Yeah, the
to
thing
that.
with that is, and that's why like Bernie got asked to like leave the Democratic Party.
He should
and
have,
to leave.
and I would have voted
No,
for
and to
it.
leave and to start his own party. But and in his case, it would be theoretically easier to just flip and get Democrats to believe in what you're voting for and take over that already established party than try and battle it from the ground up with a new third party.
Yeah, I think we learned though
Especially
that
in America.
that establishment's you're not gonna break. It doesn't matter what we vote for. There was just a study
and if
done
you
by
listen
Stanford.
to Karl Marx, he thinks that you can't do it through reform at all. So
No, he thinks there's got to be a revolution.
yes, he thinks it has to be constant revolution.
And but as far as this new study that just came out, a research paper came out from Stanford, is they looked into see how much the public's vote affects an election, laws in the election.
Oh, it's like minuscule. Yeah.
Zero. It's zero. It's zero. This is a Stanford study. Zero. Do you know how much the fucking corporations do?
A lot more than
90.
zero.
90%. Anything that they've wanted to get passed has gotten passed. But everything that the people have had over 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% of the popular vote, zero.
Yeah.
Zero. And it's just like...
Where'd you get that from? The Requiem of the American Dream?
No, that's it's a new study from Stanford or whatever.
Oh, they had a Netflix documentary called Requiem of the American Dream.
Oh, that's
and I think that was...
That's a Noam Chomsky.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like Noam Chomsky.
That was cited in that, I think.
Yeah, Noam Chomsky's one of the ones you're going to see a lot when you're watching Chris. Chris Hedges is like a Noam Chomsky's fucking protege.
Him
much.
And
Noam Chomsky is Karl Marx's protege.
Who's the other guy? The fuck? Ah, dude. I can't remember his name. It's another guy. He's an economist. Oh my gosh.
There's one that I found that this guy that's in his 70s or 80s. He got a lot of.
See his fucking face, man, in my mind.
Wait a minute. You're talking economist similar to.
He's a Marxist economist.
Alive today?
Yes. He's younger than, like he's younger than Chomsky, obviously.
I really like.
Jesus, I can't
I like
believe
Andrew Yang.
his fucking name.
Is one of the ones that I've really think it could change a lot of things, and he has a lot of good ideas and systems. I don't know.
Just type in Marxist economist. I guarantee it pops up.
Well, there's just one thing. Oh wait, I'm in history.
You should put that in the intro.
I was gonna actually have my boy, cause he does. They all rap, and he did something.
You don't think I can rap? Is that the word around town? Is that what people are saying about me? I can't rap.
You can't. You ain't got bars, bro. This is a good one with Noam Chomsky.
Who is that?
Giannis. That's a famous economist that talks about capitalism failing.
Techno-feudalism. Ooh, it has become techno-feudalism, kind of.
See, this is a good one from Noam Chomsky. He goes down a list from like long time
ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Every crime the presidents have done and why they should be in jail and sentenced to death and shit.
Under the, whatever.
Where is that motherfucker at? I had it fucking saved so I could show you. I was like, this is a one that he'll really like and probably dig, because he basically updated everything from Karl Marx's into today's society.
I've seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think that's in the name of the video. Like he modernized it.
Yeah, just to where we're in our technology, because everything obviously it's a different time, so it would have to. What is Jimmy talking about right now? Dems political theater over $15. Yeah. Carl, let's see. Oh, Marxism.
Oh, yeah, you probably just type in Marxism. Right there. Richard D. Wolff.
Oh, Richard D.
That's
Wolff.
Who I was talking about.
Yeah. Their shit is, they talk so dry. It's so hard to get through 2 hour long fucking. But they do have a lot of good.
Well, he's like, if you can make it through it and make it to the end, you'll recap it and be like, that was really like fruitful information that they give. But yeah, it's like the delivery's really hard.
He's also on RT. He's one of the RT guys.
Oh yeah.
What is the difference? See, that's one thing I keep. They do blend these three.
What? Marxism?
Socialist, communist, without really having any proper idea of what those things mean.
And that's a big issue, I think, is none of us realize what the differences are. Because when you look into the front page of it,
the American view is...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, and then you have quotes from people like Lenin who say the end result of socialism is communism. But I mean, theoretically, I don't think theoretically communism, as Karl Marx viewed it, is possible as a stateless... Yeah,
that's where he loses
there's
private
no
property and stuff.
No, but and like there's still personal property. Like people, you can't just like walk into someone's house and be like, "This is my house."
Right.
But I
right.
mean, yeah, you can't get rid of the private property because then you'd have to have a state to govern these things. Yeah, it's like
You can't, like, I just think of the farmer down the road that's got like 300 acres out here, and he's had that farm and his family for years and years and years. That's his farm. They've paid it off. It's been a part of this place for a long time. His family has owned it for a long time. Government's not going to come in and take his farm. Like, they're not going to tell him what to do with
well,
his
in
land.
communism, there ain't even a government. You'd have to just basically have that guy be like, "You guys that are working here, like, it's also yours." Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's
That's what I mean.
you gotta have a governing type of deal.
We have to come up with something new that takes all of the best of these, of all of it, even capitalism. Take the best of the theories, the best. We know what's bad with communism. I mean, capitalism. We know what's bad with communism. We've had the history and the data to fucking research it and to know that didn't work. That part of it didn't work.
Too many people benefit profoundly from capitalism, and not enough people struggle. Not many people that struggle can come together and fight off that machine that's going on.
So you never watched this guy, Lee Camp? He's a comedian, but he's more like a he's got Richard D. Wolff and Chris Hedges.
Yeah.
He is hilarious too. He went on Fox and destroyed him. That's why he's on RT now.
Well, I think there was a campaign for this guy to take over the the Daily Show before Noah.
It would have been good, but he's pretty controversial.
Those people don't have shelter, nowhere to get inside, nowhere to be safe and secure, nowhere to do their business, so to speak. And by that I mean check email. Do you think the village would help them? Do you think you and your fellow coconut people would make sure those two villagers aren't living miserable lives, sleeping on an anthill in the rain? Now imagine, on top of that, there are 7 empty huts with no one living in them. No one at all.
Doobie go.
Call me crazy, but I think you might, just maybe, give the hutless people one of the empty huts. In fact, if you didn't,
Something I think about.
you'd be fucking maniacs.
Houses with,
Oh, yeah.
So the
knowing
question
how
is,
many
if we
houses are
understand that
empty owned
behavior,
by banks that have been
morally,
foreclosed on.
ethically, as
It's
human
kinda
beings,
crazy how
as
much we do.
interacting human beings,
Yeah.
if we understand it when we're in the atmosphere of the small village, why do we allow the complete opposite to go on around us all of the time? Why do we allow the United States of America to be the most reprehensible, disgusting version of life for so many people? Let's look at some of the numbers.
This is
There
what I
are
like
well
about
over 550,000 homeless people in the United States on any given night. That's even before the pandemic. And there are 40 million Americans facing eviction in the coming months. And you have to figure, if they haven't paid their rent so far
This
during
show
the
keep
pandemic,
me up at night.
they're likely not swimming in pools of money.
This type of
So
fact
once they're
like this, dude.
evicted,
Yeah.
a large number of them will become homeless.
what he does.
There
Bullshit,
are also
man.
1.4 million
We need to kill our masters.
residential
I'm
properties
saying.
in the
I'm
U.S.
all
Places
about it.
not being used at all that could easily
That's why I was
house
stoked
those
about
who
it.
need
Everyone
it.
hated the
That's
siege,
3
right?
empty houses
But like you
for
said,
every
the
homeless
majority of
person.
the population,
And that's not even counting empty
those are
apartments.
part of the
and
majority of the
office space.
population.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
gonna
probably give every
change
homeless person
things
their
are
own
gonna get better if the
vacated
people take
J.C.
control.
Penney's or
Even if it was those
Sears
crazy
or Olive
fucks,
Garden, GameStop,
we
or
would
entire
probably
empty shopping malls with
I mean, like,
forever
who-
21 twisty pretzel food
Like,
court.
who does it even
And the
inconvenience
numbers get even worse.
to house and feed everybody?
That's what I mean.
Who's inconvenienced by it?
And today's, that's what I've been saying for so long. Like, we have everything we need to house everybody. They can have fresh water. I'm not talking about giving them porterhouse steaks.
Oh, so
Just
the
a
main-
fucking-
We can afford to do that.
Yeah, just a
vaccine
fucking
system is
decent,
lining up
some
the
bread,
world's
the
farmland.
basic necessities.
What
Everyone
could
should
go
have it.
wrong?
And when we have world
And
disasters
meanwhile,
like
Ted Turner,
Fukushima
founder
or
of CNN,
Chernobyl, shit like that happens,
Delaware.
we shouldn't be watching CNN and all these news channels of all these people scrambling around and all this radioactive material going into. The whole world should drop what they're doing and be like, all right, helicopters, go get the people out of there. Fucking Navy, go clean that shit up out of the oceans.
Then 100 people.
Every country should do it. And they'll be like, by the time we get there, it should just be a line of fucking boats and helicopters like, we're just here to help. What do we gotta do to get this shit taken care of? But instead, it's used as some form
So
of
with all of
profit.
these land and homes in private hands, while people go homeless or roof insecure, as the mainstream media would probably call it, it only makes sense to take these houses back. And even NPR, National Petroleum Radio, did a story on it this week.
Anything funny you want to talk about?
Are reclaiming empty
Anything funny?
Here we are. Hey, look how many houses they have. How many homeless people? How many more homeless people there are?
You know, Cody. I had Cody over yesterday, and
I'm sure
he's
that was
really
a smart conversation.
well, no. What I really like about Cody is like we'll
love
be
Cody.
talking about something, and then all of a sudden he's like, it goes into something. He's like, how do we ended up on like being coaches for a synchronized midget swimming team. Like we were just creating this story.
I know a bunch of good midgets that can swim.
Yeah, and we're like, we should be coaches for a swim team. And I was like, for midgets, synchronized.
Synchronized swimming.
By the end of it, we had this just fucking ridiculous story.
I could see him talking about that. You can find Cody Bear at the end of any rainbow.
You could. He really does look like Ed Sheeran. I'm uploading his episode right now.
Gay Ed Sheeran.
And put the body double of Ed Sheeran in the title.
Ed Sheeran if he had a fat face. Take that, Cody.
But what did get you into all of this? Because that many other 24-year-old kids that I speak with
I don't
at
know. I
work.
was just really into politics. I wanted
Really?
to be a
You just wanted to prove you. That was your rebel. That was your.
I was a high school board member.
But getting into this was the way you stuck it to your parents. Like, fuck Democrats.
No,
There's
I
something
was-
better than that.
No, I just have. I don't know. I have a real sympathy.
You have a brain?
For other people. Yeah, and like I'm empathetic, and I see. If you watch some of the stuff, I mean, I was talking to Elliot today about the emerald mine stuff that the Musk family was involved in, and I mean, like
What about
Carnegie, Rockefeller.
yeah.
I mean, in the factories and on the oil.
But what about right now? Right now, the what's recording this fucking podcast? These mics probably. All the actual raw materials was mined by child slave labor. No one wants to talk about that, but all these phones that we use, all the electronics, all those raw materials that we're using is mined from fucking child slave labor that no one talks about. America never doesn't bring that up. It's all cool because it keeps the machine running. But I don't know. I thought this virus thing was really going to fucking set shit up to where people like had to, what is it? Like maybe put us, like I sometimes I sit there and think like maybe we need the power grid and everything. Maybe we need to get like
To nationalize
to set us back a little bit. We need a setback. We need a fucking people to learn what it's like to live off the land again. And people, we need some natural selection. Okay, if you're not smart enough to survive with no power and how to live like they did back in the day, we don't need you. You're not fucking.
They got that. All you got to do is type in anti-vaxxers on Facebook. They got a whole group for it.
I'm talking like we need an asteroid to hit this motherfucker and wipe out a bunch of people and put the electric grid down. I think that's all it would
Dude,
take.
if an
Get rid of
asteroid
the
hits
internet
this
for a
place,
while.
we're all fucked.
No, not really. We've been hit before and we're still here.
Not by an asteroid, maybe a little meteor.
Yeah, they just need the size of a car.
Piece of
a
highway
luxury
gravel.
sedan is what they need.
Yeah,
to
I
hit,
think of
and
a
it will,
luxury
shut
size.
down.
I think of an Escalade-sized fucking.
Well, they got one on camera that went down in Russia
Oh,
years
yeah, with
ago,
that
and it
big fucking
broke
light
all
and
this
shit.
glass, and it injured a bunch of people. But just
There was this one that dropped in Nagasaki in the Harry Truman dropped it.
There's there was one that dropped here, and there was like a reward out for to find it.
What?
Yes, a small, tiny one, but still, it's worth a lot.
They still haven't caught me.
And people are like, "There's a reward if you find it to turn it in." Fuck you! I know what a meteorite's worth, bitch. Like, hey,
Oh my
hey.
God! Did you see the fucking article? I read an article the other day, and it said, man finds briefcase with $20,000 in it and turns it into the police. Gets free bike. He got a free bicycle. He got a 10-speed bicycle. He turned in $20,000 to police.
Yeah, I've
What an
really been
idiot.
working hard to like save up. It's just hard at minimum wage job because it's just I had to drop out of school to take care of my parents. His health was bad, and I've been really saving up for this new car. So I just been riding my bike back and forth to the closest job I could find. Oh, you've been saving up for a car and you have to ride your bike? Here's a new bike.
Yeah. There you
Not
go,
a
buddy.
new car.
What an idiot.
Yeah, that's like
What a fucking idiot.
it's like the Zuckerbergs writing that shit to their kid about fucking giving away, donating 99% of their wealth. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? I would be so pissed. Fuck you, Mom. And
Yeah.
fuck you, Dad. And fuck Facebook.
I'd take like 0.3% of a percentage of their wealth.
Oh yeah, like what could be done? That's one thing I've asked a few people. I was like, what do you think if we took the military budget of every country in the world, so the yearly military budget, and just like told all the military, you guys are just gonna sit the fuck down this year, all right? You just sit down, shut up, and just think about what you've been doing for a while, and took all their money away. No budget. They didn't have money to fucking put gas in the car to get home. Okay. And we give it to the smartest engineers and scientists in the world, and we're like, here you go,
Yeah.
here you go,
said
do
that
what
last
you can, do what do you think would get done?
Probably not healthcare in America.
There's a lot of things to start with. I mean, world hunger is one, but I think that's solvable already, especially if
Shit.
they would have allowed the advancements in technology for this meat growing shit that they've learned.
Meat growing?
Yeah, they know how to grow meat. They know how to grow organs. They know how to grow all kinds of shit. Dude, we cloned a sheep in like the early 90s. We grew a sheep, basically. That's what
That was just
cloning
because
is.
some guy was horny one day.
No. They took a cell and put it in a fucking lab, and they grew a whole nother sheep from that cell. That's what cloning is.
Well, yeah, I
You
know
can
what cloning
spend
is.
like I
I've
think
seen
it's
Star Wars.
I think it's like 10,000 right now, and you can have your dog cloned.
What?
Yeah. The one lady, what's her name? Barbara Streisand or some shit, fucking had her dog's, had her favorite dog cloned. She's got 2 of them.
You think if you cloned a human, like if they cloned me right now, do you think a 24-year-old me would have like a baby's understanding of how the world worked?
Yeah.
Like, he'd be a 24-year-old baby.
Well, it would be a clone of you, but I believe they can't like clone you
My
at
thoughts.
24 years old.
Yeah.
They can make another you, but it's you, but it's still gonna have to grow up. It's just you starting over again. They're not gonna. That would have to build your body. Maybe. I mean, maybe they have the science to do that now. But the shit that they can actually do. Have you seen recently with the patents that NASA has out finally reached main news? This is back in the early 2000s that they talked about it and had videos that they called them conspiracies. Navy has got patents that have a machine that can alter the fabrication of reality. This was a main news article and a patent, and they're called the UFO patents. If you guys want to look them up, look up the UFO patents, and it's all about this guy Pius. I forget his name, Pius or something like that. But he's got a triangle UFO patent, and I guess the government or
called a kite,
somebody
right?
thought they were crazy. He works for U.S. and Navy intelligence. He has for years, and you can track him. There is a record of him and everything, and he is one of these guys that works for the intelligence. But he's got quite a few patents out that are gravitational inversion machines, basically UFOs and time traveling machines and shit like that, and that can submersible land and space. It can go into all of them at high speeds because it creates your own gravity field around it. Yes, that's what the government has, the American government, when it comes to the science and the shit that they can do. Like,
seeing for the first couple months of the year, we couldn't even get enough toilet paper to give everyone.
I believe it was since the computer chip was built and they first started with that, we have grown. The government, the American government has advances. I think it's like 6 years every year that the public advances in technology. The government advances 6 years, and this is since since they figured out the microchip, pretty much. And supposedly the microchip, which we're having shortages of right now. Have you seen anything about that? Yeah, we got chip shortage as far as computer chips. Some kind of computer chips. They're like freaking out about. Oops. So yeah.
Just bang it a little harder next time.
But yeah, which is, I don't know, probably just gonna jack up prices even more. But that, since they created the microchip, they've just what they can do, and supposedly they're like almost tapped out of what they can really do because everything's gotten so small. I mean, you can only go so small and put so many instruments on such a small space. Eventually, the humans can't do it. But now we have
Or
robots.
see it. If it gets too small, we won't be able to see it.
Yeah, that's like the Neuralink shit with Elon Musk. Have you seen any of that?
Oh, yeah, where he wants to put the chip in people's fucking heads.
The
and shit.
pigs and shit. Well, he wants to help people that have they're paralyzed.
It'll make them walk and shit, yeah.
Yeah. But the technology is already there as far as being able to control a technological computer with your thoughts. They have that out. They've had that out. They've been using that for a while, to where you can literally text somebody, through your phone with your thoughts. Like, it's pretty nuts. I watch too many TED Talks. But what is it that they got that they don't want to release that whole because they're worried about secrecy, like freedom of thought gets pretty much, invasion of thought. We've always had that free thought is a thing, and think about some of the crazy shit you've thought about. How many times have you thought about killing Trump when he was president? Now you could go to jail after this with this technology.
Or like how many times I was mad at a girl for not having sex with me.
She couldn't stop me. No.
Fucking bitch. That's fine. No one ever heard from her again.
Who? That's pretty decent.
Thanks, buddy.
So other than comedy, what have your life consisted of? You can't just have that.
Let me think for a second.
You know what? I can see. Look, a lot of people don't know this. I had to buy a special piece for it. I was so stoked to use this for that show that I had set up for Bobby's. I was like, man, this is the coolest fucking mic. Dude, people are going to be great with it. They're going to love it. And then I was like, oh, it doesn't detach. So I had to buy this little thing that makes it detach. But it works.
Hey, guys, what's the deal with peanuts?
I was going to do that for a while, but then I was like, people don't want to burn their material. I was like, what's y'all's best? What's your favorite fucking joke? And then I was people are
stupid as fuck when last time I was on.
So have you thought
they're all stupid as fuck, guys. You're not missing out. I'm not.
I think my hokey pokey joke is a golden joke.
Never heard your hokey pokey.
Yeah, but it's a little newer. It's my cousin got arrested.
Anytime I've seen someone do the hokey pokey, I have laughed though.
My cousin got arrested for child abuse. And they accused her of shaking the baby. Which I told her not to teach it the hokey pokey so young. But it had skills. Don't get me wrong. Baby had skills. We thought it did. Comes to find out after a long investigation, it just had Parkinson's.
Baby had Parkinson's?
Is why it's so good at the hokey pokey. The whole shake it all about part. Really, really killed it.
Hokey pokey.
Yeah. And that my Jesus cross stuff, I've expanded that joke pretty far as he was really great at rebounds because he stuck to the boards. Horrible at defense because thou shalt not steal, and like always was traveling because he didn't want to change out of sandals or something.
Something stupid.
Yeah. So I did. I broke it back down. Like I went through this like week to where I was like, I'm gonna take it all the way back to basics. Like I watched like a bunch of old Jerry Corley joke doctor videos and Greg Dean. I read the comedy Bible by what's her name? Judy Judy something. I don't know. I got it on the audio.
I don't read books that women write.
Yeah, well, I
joking.
changed it's an audio. I made it a man. I changed the voice.
Good.
Yeah, you gotta do
Thank
that.
God.
I've got a wife I gotta listen to half the time. I can't even stand a text message. Just kidding. What about you? You ain't got no old lady?
No.
You
I
ain't
got a
working
voice
on
in my head
nothing?
that sounds pretty feminine.
Yeah. I don't know what mine sounds like. It's only speaks in Braille.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So I've been learning sign language. Hopefully it'll figure that one out.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't even speak another language. I was just thinking the other day about how little talent I have.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
don't
most
speak
Americans.
any other language. I can't I can't do a lot of I can't play an instrument.
Yeah. I mean, neither. I can play a little bit of
I can't
harmonica.
do basic math.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can do a podcast. I can try to do comedy, what I mean? I can talk in one of these things.
I can talk for hours. Oh yeah. I can only if I'm not trying to make people laugh. I can talk into one of these for 10 to 15 minutes.
How is a 24-year-old dude not smashing no chicks or dudes? It's 2021. I mean,
The word around
whatever
town?
it is. Huh?
Man, is that the word around town?
I don't know.
have
You
a
just said you don't
girlfriend?
have
I
a
mean-
girlfriend.
Man, that means you don't get laid ever?
I don't know. You ain't got no
Oh,
little
I
bit. I
know.
don't ever see you bringing any around at the shows, man.
Well, yeah, I don't respect them.
Oh, well,
I'm just joking.
me neither. But you got to get you a rich one
No,
that you don't
I'm
respect
just-
that marries you.
I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm kind of picky.
I see that.
Like, not with who I fuck. Like, who I date.
He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, it's booze.
Yeah.
No, I was that way for a long time.
I've been single
I was all
for
about
a minute,
the I wanted the hottest broad. I wanted had the hottest chick out of all the boys, and I lived in a party place pretty much. It was tourist filled. Every week we got a new group of women come. It was like it's a new batch, new chance. But my penis is small, so that's a downfall part of it. But I mean, it
But
doesn't.
your dreads are long, so
Yeah.
they love that.
Yeah, you should see the dreads, my pubic hair. Like,
Oh,
that's even longer.
shit. What, bro?
Yeah,
Looks
it-
like
like,
reggae down
I
low,
get-
huh?
Yeah, it's been bothering my. It gives me a rash on my ankle now. Not my penis, the pubes,
dreads.
the
Yeah,
pubes.
yeah.
Yeah. I've got them. I got extensions,
Stitches on there.
and straight ironed them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what else?
Fucking
you gonna
nice.
do?
It's you gotta manscape it up a little bit.
Apparently not. You're dreading it out.
Hey, I didn't say how you had to manscape. As long as there was some scaping done. I made sure not to no hair is around my tiny penis, for a good half inch around it radius, so it still looks like you can see my penis, but the rest is just big couple dreads.
Women have said that they compare your genitals to your sexual performance. Dreadful.
Yeah. They like to hold on to them for the 20 minutes that I'm going to town.
20 minutes? You
20
go
seconds.
20 minutes? Okay, I was like, damn, man.
There was some, back in the day, when I was young and shit, but now I'm married. It's like, we're just trying to have a kid. That's all.
It's hard to have sex when you're married.
Yeah. They were right. Everybody was right about it.
Yeah.
It sucks. That's not the joke I got. I got asked for marriage advice.
Hey, I like how this conversation started about you being like, oh, well, you girls, and look how the tables have turned. Now he's like, man, this sucks being married.
Yeah, being married. But if I was single like you at 24, bruh.
Well, if you want me to keep bringing
We
them
wouldn't be
around,
here.
I
We would be
can't.
doing cocaine with some huas fucking at the bar on a Friday night. Oh, yeah.
do like cocaine. Horse.
He says that it's like sugar, but it doesn't give fuck the diabetes.
Yeah, dude, I can do that.
It does the
shit.
exact same thing as sugar and cocaine.
Not to my blood sugar.
No, not to your blood.
Not to my blood sugar.
I'm sure if you ate it. If you
I've made cocaine edibles.
yeah. No, just like I don't know. Maybe if you did enough nummies or something. I don't know how well you know the chain, but I'd be.
I know how it goes.
I remember back when I was hustling it hard, I had this dude at a bar all drunk, and he's like, "Is it any good?" And like it was covered, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. You're buying it, bitch."
Bro, what?
Yeah, I used to hate that question too. How is it good? It's like, no, it's just baking soda. Is what I always tell them. I was like, I just put baking soda in a bag, man. I'm like, really? Yeah. Call me later when you want more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I got in trouble, and I was like, well, this isn't for me. Jail sucks.
Fuck jail.
Cocaine's still fun. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna,
But yeah.
cocaine. But I
Shout
haven't
out to
done
all the
cocaine.
kids out there.
And not in Missouri. Cocaine sucks in Missouri.
It's pretty good in Illinois.
Well, really?
Depends who you know, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go to commercial now, guys.
Yeah, I don't know any of all my guys. Yeah, they disappeared. Last dude I had that got me blow was like ripped me off for a pound of weed. Yeah, and it wasn't even my pound. It wasn't my boss's at the time. Fucking fronted it to him, but I had introduced the two, so kind of fell on my shoulders.
Allegedly.
It's weed. Fuck a motherfucker nowadays. Wasn't weed. I'm in Illinois. It's legal.
Not in Barnhart.
We got a dispensary that's right down the road now.
Oh damn.
Yeah, medical one.
Can you even get that shit though?
Yeah.
Is it recreational?
No, it's not
It's
recreational,
only
but
medical, huh?
yeah, I can go get my card if I wanted to, but I got guns and shit. And
Hook
someone
me up
said
with a
something
card.
about guns.
Someone's always saying something about guns.
Always about them guns.
Someone's
I love those guys that are like the ones that are like always talking about the government's going to try to take their guns, and they buy all these guns, and they're like, it's all right to have the guns to keep the government from committing treason. I'm like, that's what you're going to commit them from doing now?
You guys have been hooting and hollering every
Yeah.
time they increase their fucking military budget. They could drone strike anyone's house at any
Exactly.
given
That's what
minute.
I said. See, I grew up down on the military, like next to the world's largest military base in the world. I know what them motherfuckers have. I've seen it. My dad retired military. We used to go to the base and go to the commissary is what it's called. It's like no tax. You don't pay any taxes and stuff on the stuff in there, I guess. Much cheaper, but
Yeah,
still
I know
name
you
brand
know.
stuff. And I've seen it. I've seen the fucking, because we would go to the Coast Guard base that had the aviation repair. So you'd see all the shit that got fucked up and the big ass jets and what they really, you see them on TV? No, yeah, that ain't. There's a reason it's a $10 billion jet or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they're it's scary too. Like they're not they don't care about your guns. They are not gonna kill you. They're not gonna come and take your guns physically. They will blow your ass up from miles away.
I know. It's like they don't care.
Yeah, the drone and the fucking and the robotic shit is gonna be intense because now that 5G,
Like camping.
with 5G, and I'm not talking about the conspiracy that COVID conspiracy. 5G, I looked up what it's gonna bring technologically. Like, what good is it gonna bring? And you know me, always like devil's advocate. Like what? All right. And
What
they
are
were
they
talking
gonna
about
do?
well the ability to run the AI needed for these robotics to be like completely detached from where they're being built, because right now they sit in a building or a warehouse with the lab that has their network and everything, and it's set up for it. But out and about, it's not able to have the speeds and the power for the bands that it needs. And that's 5G will have those power and have that because, for one, I guess like the towers are closer, everything's a little bit closer, and it's so to be able to get a stronger signal, and so that makes it just a stronger connection and everything. I don't know what all the bandwidth or whatever they have is going to be upgraded, and then They're going to be able to like control jets by remote. They'll have the ability to control jets with just by remote control, not just the smaller drones, but like the jets. And they won't need a pilot for that anymore. They'll be able to do tanks and all kinds of shit. They'll be able to do it right here. They won't have to have a team somewhere with a fucking antenna and all that other bullshit and all the technology that they use to have all that. And the ability, what was it? There's gonna be automation is the other big one because it's part of the robotics, like automated shit. And then COVID has sped up automation by like 50% or some shit as far as the amount of time we thought it was going to be. It's like tripled. Like it's gone up of like 50% more than what they thought, because you go to any Taco Bell, go to any grocery store, you're checking yourself out, you're ordering your food on, eventually you're not going to be able to go to their drive-thru. There ain't going to be somebody there to fucking take your order. Or you're going to go to the drive-thru and there's going to be a screen that you order your own shit eventually. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Like in Walmart, just think of how many, with the amount of theft that they've had has gone up because of the self-checkout. It's still a drop in the bucket compared to how much they're saving on labor and the, people that they were paying insurance, workman comps claims. Like they'll give away 10 more of those drops if they could, if they had to not have to.
Yeah.
So like Andrew Yang was fucking talking about this shit for years. And he's like, that's why he wanted that UBI shit, because with 5G and the more it advances in the technology and the more that the system gets widely available and set up, the automated driving is going to be right behind it. They'll have the ability and the power that they need for that. They won't have the disconnected issue with the network in a car trying to drive itself and, being connected to the network to have its, I guess, the brain it uses. But a guy actually was on Lex Fridman. Have you ever watched Lex Fridman? Mm-hmm. He was on there that has a machine that I think if your car is at a certain year, is up to date to a certain year, he can put his machine on there and it'll drive itself. Wow. Yeah, he'll self-automate the vehicle you already have. Damn. Yeah. So like that was a cool little episode that I like Lex Fridman. I can't understand half the shit they talk about.
I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, but I know he was on Rogan and whatnot.
Yeah. That's where I found him from.
I more know who he is.
Yeah. I watch a lot of his stuff because I just I watch the political stuff, but I mainly just do I like The Hill. I think they give it pretty straightforward. All the guys we were just talking about, the Sams, the fucking, Louder with Crowder, Mark Rubin.
Yeah. I was like,
my favorite was Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Oh man, they really fucking went hard on him, didn't they? I've seen a lot of shit about him.
There's a lot of people that didn't give a fuck.
I was like, who? I didn't know. I don't even know who he was, really. Who was he? Wasn't he? I thought he was like an Alex Jones conspiracy theorist.
He's like pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much like pretty much, yeah.
I enjoy Alex Jones. I think he's funny as fuck. He's a character.
Well,
and he does a damn good job at his character.
Dude, they're wild as fuck.
Like especially when he's on Rogan. Like I guess actually what's his name just recently did an interview, Alex Jones, and like it seems like he's drunk or fucked up, and he's like getting ready to talk, and he's like, fuck Trump. I'm so fucking sick of Trump, man. Really, I wish I never fucking met the guy. And like he goes off and he takes a drink of something, and he's like, sorry, all right, take a minute, we'll get it later. Like he's getting ready to sit down for an interview or something. Or maybe it's a set, maybe, I don't know. Don't care. I think he's funny. I'll continue to, if he puts something good that's worth watching. I don't watch all of his stuff. There are some diehard Alex Jones fans that
Like out of satirical purpose, yeah, they're pretty funny, some of them.
and when Joe Rogan gets him on there and gets him all fucked up, how is that not funny?
Yeah.
Like when Ari Shafir and all of them were on Joe Rogan back in the day. That's fucking hilarious. I want to eventually get some more like on here, but I want to get more cameras before it's.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to get a camera system with a switcher. And I'll be able to switch the cameras live, so it's able to, like, if you're talking, it'd be one on you, it'll be one there, one on me.
Straight up Jerry Springer style.
In a way, just the way Joe Rogan's is. That's how Jamie does it. He's got a black magic switcher, and the camera, you can hook, like, 4 cameras up to it.
They probably got some intricate.
Oh, they got some nice.
Technical.
He's got a much better system, but
Yeah.
I don't need that big of a system.
Right.
I still gotta I'm getting ready to like try to fix. I'm gonna learn how to fix a computer, and like upgrade one and like fix it because I got a badass old computer, and I need a computer. So and we got like
fix one just to, so you have a computer now.
No. I need one for this whole podcast shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn man, you should just have someone else fix it.
No, I mean that's the point of like if I can learn it, that's a lot of money.
No, I know, but man,
Like,
that's a lot of.
and it's a lot cheaper than me
I'm not
spending
gonna
the
do
money to
that.
go fix it. Like to have somebody fix it. If I can just and from the videos of everything can be learned off YouTube nowadays.
You are right.
Like
Guys, hit up Brad in a couple weeks if you want your laptops fixed.
No, you'll start seeing me running ads on Facebook
Yeah.
selling used wiped computers, refurbished computers. But I like that. I mean, because I'm looking at I want a Mac. I want an iMac, and I can get one of those for a couple $100. I just don't want to spend a couple $100.
Damn, dude. Well, that's super fucking cheap to get.
Well, it's not a new
MacBook.
one. It's
I got like a
used one.
MacBook Air. I
Uh,
think it's like a smaller than a whatever the fuck the other.
yeah, we got the iPad.
Oh, the
over
Pro,
there.
the MacBook Pro.
Oh, you got the MacBook Pro.
No, I have the Air. The Air is just like thinner than the Pro.
No, what
It
RAM does it have?
I don't know.
That's what it all
It's
comes
less.
down to.
Yeah, it's like less than the Pro.
Yeah. See, I gotta get something with at least 8 RAM, so I can audio and video edit smoothly, and it not crash in the middle of something. And it has the speed too. So that's what I'm doing with that, and I think I'd be able to. My wife's got an old computer that's got a RAM drive in it. And I'm thinking about just seeing if, and they're both HP, so I think I can pull her RAM drive and I think my computer has 2 RAM drive slots because a lot of computers have multiple RAM slots when you buy them, but you may only have a RAM card on there with 4 RAM, and you can go and buy new RAM cards to add additional RAM memory speed. Basically, it's what runs your programs. It makes them faster, so you're not like waiting for loading, and it's not crashing and everything. You can run multiple programs at once, stuff like that. That's what your RAM's basically going to do. And that's what you want to look for and get. So that, believe me, this took me like a month to figure out just this, to set this up. I'm bad with it, but YouTube videos, if I can get high enough and watch enough YouTube, I'll figure it out.
That's how you set it up.
Yeah, that's just.
No, dude, YouTube's the best.
Yeah, it used to be really good. It's gotten pretty fucking bad with all the. I got premium now because I got so sick of seeing every time just to like. It got so bad. It's so bad with commercials now. Like it's so bad. Like you can't watch a 10-minute video without 10 fucking commercials sometimes.
Mine ain't getting that bad. You must.
I don't know why mine was. And I was like, fuck it. I wanted premium anyways because I do watch a lot of YouTube. But I use it for the music.
YouTube.
I got a great mix of my music. Just the recommended, like your mix on YouTube's algorithms got me.
Right.
Yeah, it gets me through work a lot of times.
Yeah, dude. YouTube.
So
They're pretty on the ball.
I wish somebody else would come out with a new YouTube that was like old YouTube.
I'd be down with her.
I checked out like all these ones that do, they end up turning into like these white supremacist racist.
I was just about to
pieces.
say that's
like
probably.
BitChute started off decent and was good, and then fucking that went into like this Nazi like white power shit. It's like I've been working on a joke called I know how to get rid of racism. Just follow me, all right? No more white babies. No more. We make a rule. White guys cannot have any more white babies. We have to only interracial babies. In one generation, we can get rid of all racism. It's the inevitable already. Eventually, if we don't blow ourselves up, we will be all one color because we interracially
So black
mix.
women, get at me.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I go into next. It's like, sisters, you're gonna have to give it up to us too. You're gonna have to make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
A couple inches is not that bad. Come on, it's not. It doesn't matter. Couple inches. That's what you're gonna have to sacrifice. A couple inches, and you ain't gotta worry about your brother going out.
The sickle cell's gone for you.
We can get rid of racism. We can get rid of school shootings and bad fucking seasoned food.
Bro, wouldn't you heal sickle
All in
cell
one generation.
I think you'd heal sickle cell.
Is that an only black?
Yeah, I think only black people get sickle cell.
Oh.
And I think if you have the sickle cell trait, I don't know how it goes, but like you hereditarily.
Yeah, you can pass it on.
Yeah, you pass it on. But dude, I don't know. I don't know.
I
if you
believe
can
they
pass it.
could. Well, there's a geneticist doctor in China that there was a couple I think that wanted to get pregnant, but one of them carried the HIV virus, so he manipulated the genetic codes of the embryos of these twins and to where it wouldn't accept the virus. Basically, because there's this new like genetic tool that you can use. There's people like on YouTube, like hacking their genetic code. Like it's called CRISPR. It's like this this tool. I don't know what they mean by a tool and how they use it, but they can pinpoint certain genes and they can like change them. And they can if you want to look up CRISPR, like I was just talking about, not just, but it was a while back when I first learned about it. He works at WashU and I think he's something to do with brains. He studied molecular, some shit molecular. You know, he's smart. All right, he's a doctor. But I asked him about that shit, and he's like, "Yeah, that's like this new shit in the genetic gene world, which is crazy. There's a lot of advancements going on in the medical field. Like supposedly, there's a group of Israel researchers and scientists said that they have figured out how to stop and reverse aging.
What?
Yeah, by lengthening your telomeres on your chromosomes. There's these like things, think of them as hairs, all right, on your chromosomes. When you get older, old age is caused by those things getting shorter and shorter and like fouling out. Like they get shorter, and they're the part that like is your age, but they help your body fight. It helps your body regenerate new cells and fight off mutated cells and keep them from mutating, and they help from your body creating mutated cells that can turn into cancer or anything.
Or AIDS.
Yeah, or AIDS. And so they figured out not only how to slow it down, but to stop it, and they grew back. And they tested a bunch of old. A bunch of like 60-year-old people, like 70 or 80 people.
Didn't work on Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah. And then there's another group from Australia, another group of doctors and scientists
So
that
they
say
can just stop aging now.
that's what these Israel fucking scientists are saying. By you putting you in a highly pure oxygen chamber, high pressured pure oxygen chamber, and some other shit, and they had amazing results. It was in the news. It's got to be real. The news don't lie.
What if someone went in there and like just did a bunch of drugs, but they sat in there?
They're like, well, what drugs did you do?
No, I mean like if they like sat in there and like were just shooting up heroin, snorting cocaine. You think they'd still like not age?
I mean, you might be onto something there. That's a hillbilly speedball. Cocaine and heroin? Like,
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want, bath salts, man, whatever.
yeah, bath salts, man.
Bath salts, meth, painkillers, whatever.
So you live out in Alton, like with a roommate? Why didn't you just move closer to like every?
No, I own my own house.
Oh, you own your. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I just have roommates.
Yeah, you gotta pay that mortgage.
Yeah.
That you make pay your mortgage. How many roommates do you have?
2.
2.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And you still pocket a couple $100 a month, right?
So what?
You charging enough to where you're pocketing a couple hundred to get you.
I mean, like, I'm getting... Not after my utilities.
Come on, man. What the fuck?
It pays like my utility. Dude, my Ameren bills.
You should learn about capitalism.
Yeah. Maybe I will read into that.
Or be more of a capitalist.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll just pull myself up by the bootstrap.
Oh, you just charge each of them 75% of what the actual rent is, right? So that way you can pay your bills, you can pay your rent and the bills.
Then I can just be a leech landlord.
Kind of, but you look like the classy one because you own it. They're the fucking.
Well,
renters.
let's get this straight. I am the classy one.
Yeah, they're the renters, the peasants. All right.
No, I'm just a classy peasant. Yeah, fuck those guys. They aren't gonna watch this. Elliot don't even have fucking. Neither one of my roommates have social media.
Good for them.
That's wild.
Good
I just think it's funny that I live with 2 adults that both separately don't have social media. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I don't see how Elliot's like doing any networking. The only reason I have social media is because of the comedy. Because
Right.
Mike Tobin required you to sign up on Facebook for it. That's when I created Facebook. Was that when he did that?
Well, I got other buddies that like aren't on Facebook and they're trying to be like, and they're comedians and they were doing good before COVID and shit. But I'm like, dude, you can't do nothing now.
Yeah, COVID's setting a lot.
Funny Bone. Now you got the back door coming back. Like you're gonna have it.
Are you on the list?
No.
No.
For what the
Thursday? This coming Thursday?
What's Thursday? Is that the roast battle when that starts?
No, that's the open mic, the reopening. Yeah,
Oh, sign up had started for the open mic. I thought they were only doing the sign up for the roast battle.
no, the sign up now.
I thought
it's still
started
gonna post
Monday.
it. It did, but you got to go to it's a link to the website or whatever, and I don't know. It's a little different, but it's about pretty much the same. It's gonna take you to that form that you had to fill out originally.
And I can do it now? We have to wait till Monday.
You probably have to wait till Monday for the next one.
That's what I was thinking. Well, they don't even start the mic till March 11th.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah. So
Thursday.
I haven't missed none yet.
Well, no, he's already. I thought it was last. I don't know. I've been confused about the whole thing. I just signed up. I was like, "Is it sign up? Did I miss the sign up? Was it last Monday?" I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go sign up." And I got an email. I was like,
Right.
"You made the list." So I was like, "Better, god damn it."
Yeah, I better made the fucking noise.
I like Mike's. That's my favorite place to go. Like out of all the, between I've been to the arena when that was open. Word Up. I like Word Up, but Ophir, Funny Bone, Helium. Backdoor is my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, they've always got great crowd that I've been there. I've only been like 2-3 times that it was dead.
It's been cool. I've been there a couple times when it was packed.
Yeah, and they're always ready to laugh and have a good time. The food's good, drinks are cheap. I always enjoy that place. And
Yeah.
Mike's a good guy. He's cool. He gives me a lot of advice, especially since I've been chopping up the idea of starting my own show. I've reached out to a lot of venues to do it to where they pay me to do it. But if I can get a decent enough comedian in, I can probably make a couple $100 on the side.
That'd be cool.
Because I'm a capitalist, so I'm all about the money talk.
Well, but you're also...
I'm not a capitalist.
You're
I'm
also
just-
seizing the means of your own production. So let's not... Just trying to make a
That's
buck
a
don't
good
make you a
point. Good well.
capitalist.
Yeah, I just look at everything as money. Like, my old lady knew when I started, like, getting shows that were paying me, like, she knew it was a done deal. I was like, I made money for this? Like,
Yeah.
you're going to pay me $50 to do this? Done deal. Like, my wife's like, God.
I gotta take a piss and get a beer.
That stream sounds pretty weak, dog. Ronaldo's gonna talk shit. Wasn't it you that told me about the vaccine for lung cancer?
I mentioned some about it.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. Boom. Totally.
Yeah, definitely dug into that more. Cuba's one that not the best economies in setup, but they definitely put a lot of money into fucking medical research. That's where they dump a lot into that.
Well, and it's incredible how advanced they are, considering that they have the largest trade embargo on them in the history of the world from the United States.
Yeah, that's
like,
basically, yeah.
They still drive like 1970 trucks there and stuff. Like 1970s Ford trucks because they can't import new vehicles.
Rough.
Well, not from America.
Yeah. You know, Ronaldo and Mike are probably going to talk a little shit about that weak stream you had there. They've had this competition of when they go on, they pee, and you can hear it.
I don't know Yeah, I know. I heard Ronaldo's fucking piss stream. I was thinking about just doing the whole fucking podcast from the bathroom. I was like, damn, dude, might as well just dip in there.
Yeah. So what is you've learned what's the best one you've learned so far coming along? Like, let's say you were trying to tell Zach Spilo your best piece of advice that you think is going to help him get to that next step in comedy that that.
I would just say,
because there is a
Zach Spilo, I'll give him this. He
tries and he's got some stuff.
No, he's still coming and he still tries and look like
that Hindu joke. That's a joke.
None of us started well.
No.
So I mean, no one was nuts.
But none of us were getting booed to fucking,
getting
encouraged to boo people to boo. That was just fucked up.
He got thrown into the fucking wolves there though.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would just say the same thing. I would tell anyone. I would just keep coming, keep recording yourself, either voice or video, and then keep writing. Just keep going, keep recording, and keep writing.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be in a worse position than you are now if you do those three things.
Yeah, but you don't have nothing that helped you learn how to write. See, you just said the three.
I suck at writing. I'm the fucking worst writer there is. I just I have to sit in my basement in the same spot, and I have to just take a topic that I had thought was funny at some other point in time, and I write it at the top of the paper, and then whatever I'll just stare at it if I can't think of nothing funny. I'm like.
So have you not learned any there's a few techniques to it that you can do?
No, yeah, and watch videos. I would say watch yourself, watch videos.
Yeah, watch.
And write, because I'm still watching, trying to figure out better ways to do stuff.
Yeah, you should Nick Kuvar that what made me take a step back and go back to writing more, learning, jumping back to the basics, because I think everybody's reading books and watching videos, and on YouTube and different. There's a couple good ones, and Jerry Corley does have one that's like a master class or something like that. It's called. He even did it on Hot Breath, but he teaches you how to all right, you're gonna write you write that thing down on the top of your page, basically what you're gonna do is take that, and that thing's probably gonna have a subject and a punch, probably something that you thought was funny. You're gonna take those, or it's gonna be filled with subjects. Okay, it's gonna be, you're gonna take what do I have? I've got one that I've recently did kind of to help me work through some shit. It's basically, you're gonna do like some word association in a way. Maybe it's not in this notebook. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to write it down, the subject, or a headline. A lot of people do this with headline, okay? You see a headline in the news, something happens, and you're going to write down, let's say the headline is Zach Bucovich gets arrested drinking and driving from a comedy show that he wasn't even performing. Mm-hmm. You're gonna write down you, and you're gonna write everything that's that you think of about you when that pops in your head. Just each word that comes to your head. Write that down on a list that you know that other people are gonna see and the obvious about you. And got arrested for drinking and driving. That's another one. Write all the words and thoughts that you have down for that, and then you just start plugging them. You plug them together, and you try to you can use your 8 forms of different jokes that you have out there. You have your misdirection, your incongruency, your you said misdirection, but self-deprecation, basically talk shit on yourself. The incongruency one's a big one that you see a lot in the storytellers, is because they take two subjects that shouldn't mix together and mix them, and then you got observation, and there's 8 jokes. I think those are the most important thing for me that clicked is like you gotta learn what a joke is, the bait, what it is. What is a joke? What kinds of jokes are there when it comes to writing comedy? What kind of jokes do you write, and how do you write them? Like, what does it consist of? What does incongruency joke consist of? What is a misdirection joke? To where you have it figured out so well that the first 3 or 4 words that the comedian says when he's starting to set up his joke, oh, this is a misdirection, or this is an observation joke. You're able to identify what that joke is, what kind of joke it is, immediately, just so that way you're able to write it down. So you write that, now you get into this point of thinking where you write that subject down, and you're already doing that. You're like, your subject, you're like separating it, and like, okay, what little subject goes with that subject? Now why would that mix with that? Mm-hmm. And like the whole Jesus wasn't good at a basketball because he got crossed up. All right, I took 2 things, and basically combined them. 2 things that didn't belong together, and combined them, and I found one little thing that connected the 2. You cross up in basketball. Jesus was crucified on a cross. Mm-hmm. Make it work. And that Jerry Corley's joke doctor shit is really good on explaining all that much better. No, and that's what Nick Kuvar uses. That's why he writes so much and so well.
I'm getting good at I don't know. When I sit down and do it, I can do it, but it's just like getting.
You ADHD?
I did when I was younger.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't change. It's a
it's a
genetic.
I don't take medication for it.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
They said they thought I grew out of it.
They say that, but they've learned now that it's like your brain's like, we get really bored with shit.
No,
we have like shit that keeps us entertained. It's
hard to sit down and do it, but when I sit down and do it, it goes good. But then I'll be like, I'm a guy that's like. I'll be like, all right, well, it's a little messy in the basement, so I won't do it today. Or I gotta go clean the basement before I go down there.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those.
I just cleaned it. I'll just write tomorrow now. That's what it is. I don't know. I'll just try and find any way to put it off.
They say to try to write all of that. I hear those people that are like, you gotta write every day, and I do somewhat write every day, because there is every day I write down an idea for a joke or something that I know might have legs, and either in one of these, that I carry with me all day, and then I use my phone too. If I'm driving, I'll just
That's the best time to use your phone.
Well, it is when I just push the button and I say what I gotta say. It's all hooked up to my screen too, so I don't have to do anything while I'm driving. It's safe, actually.
Good.
But
You guys hear that?
yeah, and I get it that way. It's real quick and easy to get that. But then I'll get into that mood to where I'm like, all right, I want to write, and I'll start, and then I'll just go through. I'm like, got all this shit that I need to work out. I got like. And that's when you see me go to an open mic and bomb because I've sat down and wrote one night. I was like, I gotta try this. This is too good. Right. Maybe it wasn't. So that.
I never Googled the first time.
But yeah, that's one big thing that I think is really important. That helped me the most was just learning what jokes are. Like, what does a one-liner consist of? What is a one-liner? Oh, one-liners mainly consist of homonyms and homophones and shit like that. Using words that say that
all
mean
kinds of elementary school English shit.
Exactly. That's like you get it down to that, and you got it. That's what I was doing. I was like, fuck it. I'm all about breaking it down to the basics. And then I just got to the basics. I was like, well, there's more to this. How does this sentence, if this sentence is supposed to be built like this, what's an adjective? I don't know. I got to learn that again.
Yeah. It's definitely, I don't know. I'm starting to understand everything a lot better the more I
it's
actually
click. That's what I always say is like clicking. Like, one night it's like, I get it now. I get that. I get how that's done now. I see what it's, I mean, I guess that's just from trying to keep doing it and doing it. It's just going to eventually be, you're making habits. You're making your brain, you're programming it to think that way all the time.
Well, like one thing I need to work on, I've seen in my videos, and like I can feel it in different crowds, is like, I really, really feed off the crowd. Like, really. Yeah. Like, to a point where I'll hear people, they'll be like, man, you were really good on stage. Your presence was really good and stuff. And I'm like, but usually that's in front of crowds that, like, they're responding real well. And they're, like, really, like, and I can get into it. But, like, last night was a good one. It was kind of dead in there. Like, they weren't laughing at a lot of stuff. So I'd hit one of my tags that, like, usually would get a laugh. And I'd, like, hit it, and then I'd be like, okay. And then, like, didn't get a laugh. And then I'd start getting, like, uninterested and continuing.
Yeah.
Because, like, it seemed like they were so uninterested. Which everyone was kind of like that. But I was kind of... I should be bringing the energy every time. I shouldn't be...
That's like Kyle Fields.
Letting them dictate me. Yeah. I should be dictating them. And, yeah, I wasn't happy with, like, me just... basically letting them make me be uninterested. I should have made them be interested.
Yeah, I used there's a couple of jokes I went into because I told them and like I didn't get a response. And I was like, I know that's funny, so I just was like, I'll just start over explaining it. Well, see, why that's funny is because a baby, it's the hokey pokey, right? You put the left leg in, you take it out, and you shake it all about. You get it. And you don't shake babies because that's, it's like, I'm just going to break. And I looked at him, I was like, I still got how much time? 2 minutes left, guys. I can keep explaining this.
I was listening to our two scale rail. You know him? 2 scale rail that goes to the, he goes like word up and stuff. He's like one of the poets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And he was, him and Dre Toon were both talking to me at Ophir Palace, and they were like, I guess I had got off stage, and I think I did like I did pretty good the night I seen him, and I told a joke, and then like someone didn't laugh, and I was like, oh wait, you don't think that's fun? And I like kind of went in on him like, oh, what wasn't funny about that? And that kind of got some laughs, and they were like, we love how like, dude, they were both like, dude, we love when like you tell a joke and like people don't laugh. And then you act like they're dumb because they didn't laugh. They were like, we love that shit. And I was like, man, maybe.
Yeah, I did that.
Like, without being like, you guys suck as a crowd. Like, what? You guys don't. Yeah, so I don't know. They thought I was doing all good at it one night, so.
Yeah, no, last night, I don't know what the fuck. went on because I needed it though. I always think you need a bomb once. It needs to humble you, and like I've done really good since. Where is it? It was the show before I went and did Mason City on Friday. The Tuesday at Word Up maybe, or it might have been Ophir the night of that Thursday actually. And then I went to Mason City, and I came off of a good night at Ophir, and then Mason City. It was just a bunch of newer. It was just a bunch of comics that newer comics trying out new stuff. I hope. That had never seen any of us before, because it's like 5-hour drive and shit out there, and then 5 hours back. So they had never seen us, we'd never seen them, and we did well. Me, Gaffigan, Nick, and Joe, we all did quite well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Kyle Fields was there too, and he killed it as always.
Yeah, Kyle Fields funny.
Yeah.
I'm on the 420 show with Kyle Fields.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, he's on our 420 show.
That's what's up.
Yeah, they like him.
Oh, have you seen him perform yet?
I was with him on the first Red Flag show that he was on.
He kills it.
That we were on.
So when is that?
That's 420.
420. What about the other two?
I got March 17th.
When and where?
No, April.
I mean, where?
No. Let's see this. Andrew Gaffigan. Hit me up. I'm going to have to look at it. So everyone listening knows where we're at.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna plug it real quick.
Get you to plug it. I guess we can help out the people that are putting it on that didn't, try to book me for a show. So
yeah,
maybe we should just say fuck it.
So basically, yeah. So all the people that booked me, you have a bone to pick with Brad now.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm also one that I don't like ask people for anything, and I don't bring a big crowd all the time. So, well, I always do with the Backdoor because we like that place. But I'm not people. They've seen my shit. They've seen me perform. If I want them to come out, it's got to be a show. I usually have people come out for my shows. Like Red Flag, I brought like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah. I got Andrew Gaffigan's thing. I got Nicole Gorey. I'm doing a thing for.
But where is Gaffigan's?
Gaffigan's is in New Memphis. That's all he told me.
New Memphis?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is that?
He told me New Memphis.
I'm
said,
sure
you down to do a show in New Memphis? And I said, hell yeah. That's what I said.
Well, go check out that.
Yeah, and then I got Nicole Gorey. We're doing one at what used to be Bottle and Barrel in Alton.
Okay.
And I think that's April 17th.
That's over there with Fast Eddie's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like April 17th, I think.
Oh, damn, you got some shows going.
I got a couple coming up.
That's what's up.
I'm hosting a rap contest on Wednesday.
Where?
At someplace good. You guys will like it. It's not at so-and-so this time. So it's at the Ambassador. What's that? Yeah, it's at the Ambassador.
Oh, we got an Ambassador.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where that's at.
I don't know where it's at.
I don't know where half
type
these
it in.
places
Do
are.
what I'm going to do. Type it in down.
Are you going to have stuff on your Facebook for it or Instagram or whatever you're on?
Yeah, I'll probably share the poster on Facebook.
All right, well, just look out for that. And where did I find you on Facebook?
You can find me on Facebook.
Or Twitter. You said you're a Twitter
My
guy,
Twitter
right?
is at Zach Bucovich, if you guys can spell it. And
Original.
my Instagram is Zach Butko.
Well, even more original.
Yeah. Considering my name is Zach Butkovich.
Yeah.
What an original name.
Yeah. Zach, my brother Zach. Well,
Your
that's what's
brother
up.
Zach, too?
Yeah, I got a brother Zach. Well, we're like best friends, and I don't know, he lived with us since we were teenagers, well, like preteens or whatever. And he like lived in our house with us. So we were brothers. Yeah. Until he went to the army and I went to the drug dealer's house.
I was about to say.
But
You
right
went to the
on.
beach.
Well, this was fun. Maybe we'll get you and Elliot and is your other roommate a comedian?
No, Louis is my other comedian. He's like a big brother to me.
Yeah.
And he's very funny. He's just not a comedian.
All right. Well, fuck.
But maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we get Elliot because I can't reach out to him on Facebook, obviously.
I'm not gonna lie, it'd be better for your viewers if you just did interview Elliot.
Why?
No, I'm just.
Why does everyone hate on this guy? He's
Oh,
cool.
does everyone hate on him?
He's a nice guy. No, they just give him a lot of shit.
They've probably met him.
Yeah.
That's probably what the deal is. No, Elliot's all right. He's cool.
He's always been nice. He's always got a smile on his face. Seems cool.
Well, yeah, he looks like Simple Jack. Dude, now that I brought Elliot up, dude, Elliot kind of looks like this paperclip I twisted up. If he had some arms.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So hopefully you can zoom into that.
Elliot, hopefully you watch this. I want you to come on the show. I can't reach out to you because I reach out to everybody on Facebook, and you don't have social media.
Andy only reaches out to people that are important.
Oh, well, never mind then. Because I'm not important.
Well, you're more important than Elliot. Come on, man.
No. Elliot's been in the game longer than me, I believe.
Yeah.
Or he's got more grit in the game. He's at the Funny Bone. Well, he's got grit in the game at the Funny Bone.
Well, that's cool.
I'm bumping you at the Word Up. No.
You'll bump him at the Word Up though.
Yeah, and the Back Door. That's my shit. I'll just pay for it. I'd be like, see, I can't buy the Funny Bone. I can buy the other places.
I wish I'd have talked more shit on Ronaldo.
Oh yeah. Everyone likes talking shit on him, but
because he sucks.
Yeah. That is one big tip I could have for comedians: get a fucking job that you can support yourself and not have to depend on comedy for money. Because if you that's one less thing you're worried about doing comedy. I was thinking that today. I was like, I'm so glad I'm not somebody that's like a gig worker, somebody out there that dealt with the COVID and then is like trying to get back at it and only getting these shitty fucking gigs, a couple $100 here and there. They're not making no money, and they've had to go find some bullshit work that they haven't gotten a good job. They don't have a skill if that's what they've been doing. So get a job. It's not that fucking big. Why do you hate money so much? Like, I meet so many comedians that are like, they don't got nothing. They're like, they don't have a house.
Sometimes unemployment be enough.
You motherfuckers.
Sometimes it be enough. Look, all I know is I've been on the unemployment for a minute now, and you motherfuckers out there keep paying your taxes so I can keep getting it.
What's a minute?
Since now a couple months.
Couple months. Ass. Like,
couple months.
How well have you been playing the system?
Well, at first it was only $450 a month, but then they gave $450 a month in Illinois is the max. But then they added the $300 on top of it with the stimulus. So I'm getting like as much right now as I would be working 40 hours a week.
You're still getting $700 or whatever?
$750 a week. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I guess. Yeah, I still beat you on that.
Yeah, no. Well, me working 40 hours a week, I'd make more too, but it's like not enough to where working 40 hours would be worth making like 40 more bucks a week. So. Yeah,
on top of the health insurance and the 401k included. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm missing out on benefits while not working, but I mean,
I just figured they ran out. I think mine ran out.
Oh, your unemployment. Well, they extended the unemployment too.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I still haven't been on it long enough where they would have took me off.
Oh.
Even without
they sent me a letter trying to say I owed them $14,000 for the unemployment I got. I was like, no, you fucked up. I've been working my fucking whole life, bitch. You better check your computers because this is how buildings get blown the fuck up. Yes, that's real.
What the fuck? I just seen this.
Yeah, I guess my pops just sent me that in the mail a couple of days ago. I was like, I didn't know who sent. I was like calling all kinds of people. Who the fuck sent me this? That's it. Like, yeah, legit.
Fucking tight.
Got a part of Cheech and Chong in here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, my pops was pretty cool. He's like, yeah, I watched your podcast. Thought this would be cool in your basement. I was like, yes, it will be.
Front and center.
Yeah. I got rid of the cheese wheel for it. Right on. That's what's up. I guess it's 9:00. My wife's like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. Got this fucking kid downstairs
No, she doesn't.
interviewing this fucking brat.
No,
I'm
she
joking.
doesn't. She probably doesn't know you own your own house. She would probably look at you a little bit better.